Crypto Pirates, welcome to your FN Hangout. It's Friday night. I'm the captain, your captain, RG3, bringing you some Hex, PulseX content, and a little bit of drama, and a little bit of shitcoin, and a little bit of what's built on Hex, all that good stuff. Anyway, let's say hello to the chat room tonight. See who's here hanging out with us, who has no life and should be out on a Friday night, hanging out with real people, doing real stuff. But no, you're here with me again. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Wonderful, boring ass people, right? Melv Tony, OG, what's happening? Good evening, my man. BC in the Matrix, MT Coiner, another OG, Sarah G, my lady, welcome. BC in the Matrix. Twice. I said you twice there. Early end stakers, walk the plank. No, you leave our early end stakers alone. You evil man. We love our early end stakers. The button is there. Push it. Push the button. You open it up. It's end stake. Push it. Go ahead. Push the end stake button. I dare you. It's a good thing. Anyway, David Morales. David, hey, bro, you're going to Vegas, right? Going to Vegas? Me, you, maybe coffee. Freaking party. We got to hook up one night, dude. All right. David Morales, the epic party animal, my friends, the epic Hexican party animal. If you're ever in a town and David Morales is at a meetup, get to his table, wherever he is. You will not be disappointed. You will have a good time. I promise you, he will force you to have a good time. Welcome, David. Let's see who else is in here. Dorsey, what's up? Ahoy, Dorsey. Let's see if we can keep you from getting in timeout tonight. And who else is in here that's going to go into timeout? Where has Children of the Grave been? I wonder. I haven't seen him in a while. Steakhex, what is up? Thank me later. Big bags. All right, Robert Kelleher. Who else is in here? Alien Hexican, batten down the hatches. Rough season ahead. I think we may be in for an extended. And thanks, Melv Tony, for the update on the Hex price. All the time posting it for us. 4.046 cents. Little down. We had a little end staker out there. Looks like they may have sold some down. Maybe bought some Hedron or something. Look like some big Hex crypto moved. Hex down under. Morning to you, evening to us. Who the hell is that skinny dude? I know. Look at me, guys. Hardly any captain left. I am down like 45 pounds now. 45 pounds. No more. Am I allowed to say bitch titties? Yeah, I can say it. No more bitch titties. Getting stronger. Feeling good. Got a pep in my step. Everything's going great. Yep, Mr. Prophet, it is me. BPK Das Bomb, who is in the green room, guys. We're going to get to talk to Das Bomb. For those of you who don't know him, he's on the morning show, Wake Up Hex, all the time, throwing down the freaking alpha. What a great dude. Got a chance to meet him in London and hang out. And yeah, we had a cool evening. Us and who else was in there? It was, gosh, I can't remember who everybody was there. Anyway, I know that I know Hodl Dog was there for sure. Coffee's always around. When I'm at he's like my little crypto nephew. Whenever I'm out, I'm definitely around coffee. And whenever I can get around David Morales, I'm there too. See, J Pond, PLSX, what's up, dude? From Australia. All right, welcome. More Australia. Lots of Australians. Bugsy, what's up? Alien Hexican. Uncle Creepy says, push the EES button. Yes, I did. Yo, Sandip and the Sapper ES make perfect sense. Keep up the good work. Yes, it does. All right. Who else is in here? Graphene. Getting after it. Yes, we're getting after it. We're getting all kinds of stuff done. Went and got to go see the premiere of the movie. I had a private premiere of the movie for me and just a handful of my closest friends and family went. Very small group of people. That was very cool. Yes, thank you, Sarah G. It is a new me. Actually, it's the old new me because I have been at this weight before. I haven't been this weight since I was in the Marine Corps, and that was back in 1989. For those of you who can even grasp that. But anyway, thanks for that, Sarah G. Crypto CPT. Yo, what's up, homie? How's it going, man? How's it going? Crypto Sloth. Man, this man has impressed the hell out of me. Out of nowhere, comes out. I got to go on his show with him. Just alpha, throwing it down, figuring out this DeFi thing, guys. You know, we've always been very, very careful here not to shill any other projects, products. Everybody should go do their own research. Everything is suspect, except for, in my opinion, Hex. Pulse is not out yet, so we can't speak to that. PulseX isn't out yet. The only thing that I could put my stamp of approval on is Hex. Everything else is do your research, watch it, follow it, report on it, do everything you can. Come back to us, give us information. But this man here, Crypto Sloth, has really unpeeled the onion of what is Hedron, Icosa, and the wasa NFT. But what an amazing ecosystem that is turning out to be. And here's my opinion on it. My opinion is this, is that Richard created the first real crypto. Bitcoin proved a concept, proved that they can stop the double spend, proved that we can have a peer-to-peer transaction online without middlemen, without institutions and banks. Ethereum proved that we could program this shit to do what we want it to do. Those two both failed in being a real cryptocurrency. So therefore those communities failed. So Richard did and created the best of both worlds. He programmed it to be better money, better inflation model, better return, added a little bit of De Beers game theory and some other game theory in there, created an awesome revenue generating crypto that is very, very secure, and fits well within the DeFi space. Fits so well, in fact, in the DeFi space that the alpha brains, i.e. Alex of Hedron, fucking genius, what a freaking genius he is, on top of people like Kool-Aid, just geniuses, understand DeFi and understand what Hex has become. So now think of Hex as this little nuclear generator. It's this little crypto nuclear generator. And really it's the T-share. It's not really Hex itself. Hex doesn't really become itself until it becomes a T-share. When it becomes a T-share, then it turns into a little nuclear generator. And what you can do is you can start building things around it. And that's what Hedron did. It wrapped itself around this little nuclear generator, and it is going absolutely freaking bonkers. And what I think that Hedron has actually done with the launching of Icosa and the wasa NFT, they've created the first real DeFi system. And this is what you're going to see, I think, in the future. And you can timestamp this one. In the future, you're going to see this is going to be the model of cryptos. They're going to be wrapping Hex T-shares and using them to generate yield on their cryptocurrencies and their systems, and better systems will come out and use Hex. And guess what that's going to do to Hex? That's going to start locking up Hex for multiple years. So much so that those of you that have it will not want to give it up, because it will be so scarce and so rare and so gone. It will not hardly exist. So that's what I think has been done here. I think it's brilliant. Of course, the jury is still out on it. I cannot put 100% stamp of endorsement on it. I won't, but the captain is in there using it. The captain is happy with it. And my hat is off to Alex for what he has done and created. And also Sloth in the chat for doing what he's been doing out there. All right, real quick, I'm going to answer a couple. Let's see. What else? I'm going to bring up the guests. We got a couple in here now. When you're sending out the pirate copy is the highest of stakes you filmed on your phone. So check this out. They took all of my family and friends' phones away from us, mine included. We could not go in there. We literally had to sign NDAs and could not take our phones in there. It was like straight up security. We got wanded going in there. They wanded us. Like we had to, like, pat down, search everything. So it was legit. They're being very, very careful because they are doing things specifically in order to make sure that they comply with all of the ratings agencies out there. There's a lot. I'm supposed to go to a media class, so I can't speak to a whole bunch of things until I have had this class. I do know that some of the things I could say about the movie, and I'm sure we'll get into that tonight a little bit. But anyway, I will not be sending out any pirate copies. That's for sure. Hey, Semper Fi, 1993. Good to have you, buddy. BC in the Matrix. I'm 40. I was banging in 89, right, man? We were in our prime back then, buddy. In our prime. Closest friends asked Strange how I wasn't there. Yes, Brissology, you know why you were not there. I couldn't take any goats in with me, buddy. No goats. Whiskey in hand, listen to Good Word. Right on. Cheers, buddy. Sugar B. South Africa. We got our first South African in here. Sugar B, welcome. Welcome to the pirate ship. We appreciate you being here. Let's see. Well, I live pretty far from the movie theater, like 10 or 15 minutes. Probably didn't want me to be stuck on the road. Shut up, dude. What's the T-share, Captain? Oh, you're already pushing it, aren't you, Dorsey? British Uncle RG3 doesn't even follow me on Twitter. Wait, Crypto Gains Club. I don't follow you on Twitter. Is that what you are? Are you Crypto Gains Club? Hold on one second. Hold on one second here. Hold on. I will. Gains Club. Is it? Are you under Crypto Gains Club? Let's see. There he is. And I don't follow you. Oh my goodness. Well, guess what? I am now officially following you because you are an OG. You're one of the good ones. Thanks for hanging out. So you're followed. Pre-catwalk show for us. You want me to do the catwalks thing? I'm like in my underwear, dude, and a t-shirt. That's how I do the show. So he went all kinetics on us. Yeah, I know. I have to do that. They told me. They actually made me pull a post down of me in front of the theater. Well, they didn't make me pull it down. They just asked that I don't do anything yet. So I said, okay, whatever. All right. And what the heck's, what's up with you? All right, everybody. Thanks for coming and joining us. What's up, Franklin? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Franklin saying Hex, guys. That's the guy you want to hang out with there too. I am going to bring up our peeps. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the, well, I definitely won't dox him, but this is Das Bomb, one of us here at DS. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Good, thanks. Underwear gang, assemble. Everybody on live streams is low-key only in underwear.
Yeah, right? So what time is it there for you, bro? What time is it?
Like 3, 4, early in the morning. I was up for the last 2-3 hours listening to, what was it? Bear market ending soon, DeFi 3.0, how crypto millionaires made 10K plus. It's a Twitter space when Richard Hart spoke in it. So I'm just catching up a little bit. And then it's like, oof, it's already early in the morning and I didn't sleep. So I thought, funny? Might as well just join here.
Right on. We love it when it's like people are out of their minds, and hardly sleeping and whatnot, and come in here, and at least you're not drunk. But isn't it funny how whenever you see an article that says bear market ending soon, boom, you're like, open it up and like, okay, what is this person saying?
Oh no, I never do. I never do. I only find out about all those things when Gary or Hex Fan Network or Motley or Bran or anything, when they post those reposts, because I don't like going into them live. I'm usually always like, I don't want to listen to all this stuff in 1.0. I always need 1.5 or 1.25. So I can get through it, get the information out, the little tidbits that they're in there, and then go about my life again. Yeah.
Hold on. We just lost him. I don't know.
We lost the guy. We lost the person. He walked the plank. Come back, Crypto Sloth.
It was Crypto Sloth. I was really looking forward to talking to him. Oh, man, I hope he didn't bail because we didn't pull him up yet. But yeah, man, come
he did
back,
a great
dude.
summary video.
Oh,
like,
he's been we freaking killing it, man.
That was really nice. Yeah.
He is a brilliant young man. Brilliant young man. Let's see. He might be coming back.
But while he's coming back, did you see the end stake? Were you talking about that big 14 million one when you?
Yeah.
Can I bring it up?
Yeah. Go ahead and talk about it. Bring it up. Is that what we got there? There you go.
Everybody who missed it, like, here, this is the guy. So he had 150 million stake, and he end staked it like after 934 of 1033 days. So it's like 99 days something missing, and he was heavily penalized for it. 6.7 million penalty. And all of this was redistributed to all the other stakers.
To us.
That's why that's why we got that giant 13 hex per T-share.
That was a big payday today.
Yeah.
Woo. Man, that's good stuff.
I think it was the third highest or maybe the second highest ever.
Nice. Yeah, I think that was I think we had a 20 one time, did we not?
Yeah, 25, 24 something.
Yeah, we had
this was the highest, and
that
pretty
one was
close, but I think it's a little bit higher. Yeah, it's a little bit higher. So this is the second highest in Hex history that we got the second highest payout.
Is that address familiar? Has it been circulated? Did you look at any of the history of it?
Yeah, I looked at it. It's a pretty high shark. It was number 40 something. Wait, how many are the starts at 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But here's what's interesting. 10, here's what's interesting.
35.
So people say
rank 35.
Wow. People say, this is dumb. This is dumb. I want you guys to understand something here. And I've been talking about this from the beginning. Just think when Hex does price changes like it has done from the beginning, for those of us who are in day 1, month 1, month 2, and we see it now, look at what this gentleman just did. Not only did he gift all of the Hexicans one of the biggest end stake days, but this guy staked 2 months after Hex launched. So it was $55,000 in USD worth of Hex. Okay. So he probably started to make a little bit of gain or was about close to even. But he walked away with not only a gift to us, but $9 million after penalties. $9 million. Did he lose? Was he stupid? I think not. Now, I think that maybe even some of the Hedron was purchased from this wallet. Did you see any of that?
One moment. Hedron purchased from the wallet. 3 days ago. So not with his current stake. But there is some executions. I don't know which way though. No, it was out. No, he sold some Hedron. I think he's trying to I think he found out that he has money and he just didn't know about it. Because he sold some and he's slowly selling his Hex. Very, very, very slowly. Like 1 million chunks, 1 million here, 1 million here, 1 million here.
Yeah, it's nice to have $1 million here, $1 million there, $1 million here. So
these are the outputs here.
Yeah. And to me, a $9 million end stake, whether it was penalized or whether it was worth 54 million or whether it was worth more when we were 54 cents, doesn't really matter. He walked with $9 million. How many of you have $9 million? Liquid 9 million. Sounds almost like a life-changing event right there. So did well for us, did well for himself. This guy's got multiple millions of dollars. I wouldn't complain about it. I think he did well. And here's another thing. Yeah, of course he could have been 100 millionaire. He could have been a billionaire. But how much of that can he remove from the system? How many sharks, high dolphins, whales are going to be able to pull that money out of the system when Hex is $1, $5, $6, $10, $100? Not going to be able to. So you're going to have to take what you can when you do and you need it. And he benefited all of us in doing so. So captain's hat is off to him. Thank you for the end stake. Now, don't wreck the price too much.
Oh, I didn't check for it, but someone mentioned in the chat wondering if he actually minted his Hedron before he end staked. Oh boy.
Ooh. Now, if he didn't do that, then he made a mistake.
Oh boy.
Now I did one of my staking ladders that I have every month come out. I missed one like in the first month of Hedron. Oh, I was so upset. It was significant. It wasn't that significant in the scheme of things, but still, I don't like throwing money in the trash. I do not like it.
I don't think he did. He has only 17 billion Hedron. That seems rather low for how many T-shares he had.
Yeah.
And I don't see any call for it in the last 3 days. So he didn't.
That is not good.
No, I don't think he did.
Oof.
Very, very sad. Yeah, big oof.
Big oof.
But some people said he might have been hacked. He's not hacked. Like
no, this is not hacked because he's been doing this.
He's doing it himself. Obviously. Yeah, he's doing it himself.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm trying to message Sloth real quick. There it is.
Oh, okay, somebody seems to have found it. So I can only see the last 3 days, and I didn't download the CSV. But Hexcellent says he claimed and minted a 10x, but not in the last 3 days. So I don't see a mint function here on his address.
Yeah, I learned early on. So I was one of those people that I was like trying to be virtuous, and I didn't self-refer when I bought all of my Hex. And then later on down the road, I kicked myself in the ass for not doing that. I was like, oh, what did I do? What did I do? Why did I not do that? Because, in the beginning, if you folks don't remember, you could have referred yourself, got into the AA
1.3
and got a bonus for that. And with all the Hex I bought at that time, it would have been. But it is what it is, and I'm happy where I'm at, but still don't like making mistakes. So I don't do that anymore. You have to go back to the so whenever I see free money, mintable money, claimable money, crypto, do my due diligence, call all my dev people to look at the contract to tell me that it's not going to rip me off if I connect my wallet to it. And then I take all the precautions, VPN in, make sure I got my new wallet hooked up, and man, I got a really nice wallet. Have you seen those Engrave wallets? I think I got it right here. This thing is freaking bad to the bone, man. It doesn't touch the computer whatsoever. It's all done with QR codes. And so this is it here. It's called the Engrave, and it's got it does your fingerprint first. So you have to fingerprint, and then you punch in your password or your code, and then when you do a transaction, it's all done with QR codes. It's not done with you don't connect anything to the device. It pushes up a QR code, and you have to let the device see the QR code, and then it makes a transaction. And the seed phrase is freaking amazing. So the seed phrase itself is, oh my gosh, it's what is it? 64 characters. So it's what they call the perfect key, and it's 64 characters. And as it generates it, then you get these really cool, and I haven't put them together yet. You get these really cool titanium plates that come with it. I'll show you this. And this isn't a commercial for Engrave. The problem with the Engrave is the device itself has an Ethereum wallet, but it does not have the Hex token inside of the device yet. You can see it on the mobile app, but you can't see it on the device yet. They're waiting for it. So you have these plates. This is a blank titanium plate, and this is the key. So the key has those 64 characters on it, and what you do is you place the key on top of the plate, and then they send you with a punch. And this punch, you punch all of the key into the plate. You separate the plates, and you could put one plate in one place, and this plate, which has your dimples in it, you put it in another place. You can literally get rid of this plate. Each plate is unique and different, has a different code on it. You could literally get rid of this plate and just have this plate, and not even have this plate in existence, because they will send you, because you're tagged, they will send you a new plate to replace your plate if you don't have it. So very, very cool way to take care of your crypto and get it really secure and generate seed words off of the internet, not even touching a wallet. Never touched a wallet. Love that. So still doesn't support on the device yet. I've sent Hex to the wallet, and so I can see it, see the Hex and do whatever I want with it, but it just doesn't exist on the actual physical device yet. But they're adding all the time, so it'll end up being on there. But cool device. I think it runs about $300, but it's really easy to use once you. I know it sounds complicated, but it's not really. The plate system is you could just lock it away in a fireproof safe and you're good, and then put them in two different spots and just put the one over the top of the other, and you can see your codes, punch them back in. If you ever lose your device, or your device gets wiped or whatever, then you can just put it in. But not complicated at all. But it runs around $400, $400 or $500 maybe. Maybe with the plates, I think it's a little more. But just a Model T is going to cost you like $2 something. So, and I like it. I like my Model T, my Trezor Model Ts, but I like this one much better, much better. Someone said you're a professional still life model.
Yeah, I'm reading what Papa had to say about it, so I didn't look into that one. I heard some things about it.
Papa had something to say about it?
It's not good though. A few pros and a long list of cons about it.
Wonder if he has one.
He has one. He tried using it. From what I understand, he is trying to use all the things that exist out there.
Nice.
Just to see.
Nice. Yeah. So far, I like it. The only thing I don't like is that Hex doesn't exist on the device yet. So that might be one of the cons that he's talking about. But it should be on there soon.
Con as in ContraPoint, not con as in the con. I'm just gonna, it's too long to read. So people that want to make up their mind, just go into this Hex Security and discuss pros and cons, and I'll drop it in the chat.
Yep. Yeah, Hex Fetty, you can do it yourself. You can get on there. That's what I did with my Trezor. I made my plates myself. Etched them in.
The plates are cool though.
Yeah, I like that system because when you have the plate, it's you can't see anything on it. So if anyone did get a hold of the plate, they'd need the key in order to actually decipher what it is. So you have to have both.
I'm cheap. I use this.
Yeah, those are cool too.
It's like $5, $10 at best.
Yeah, I mean, there's cheap ways to do it. I mean, I like the idea of this thing. I thought it was cool. I like having the ease of use of it, not plugged into the computer. Boom, 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 and Swearworks. What's happening, dude? What is up? That's what I do. What do you do? Oh, I generated seeds, but they grew bigger and now empty out my wallet. Yeah. Keep, but I don't think it's Papa can be compliant.
The only thing that's Papa be compliant is a Trezor, and sometimes a Ledger if he's in a good mood.
Yeah. No, I got to agree with him. I do like my Trezor the best. I tried the Nano, the Trezor, the other Trezor, but my Model T, I really like my Model T. I don't get hung up anywhere. With the Ledger, it's kind of a pain in the ass. I really didn't like the Ledger, but the Model T and the first Trezor was okay. It was more like the Nano Ledger for me anyway. It was just but having that touch screen on the Model T is really, really cool. I'm a Ledger boy,
gang in the
just
house.
Trying to make it. Yep. But anyway, for those of you who don't understand, we're talking about hardware wallets, and I think that you must understand and learn hardware wallets. Papa B on our morning show, he is one of the best when it comes to security models. He understands security because that's what he does, and cybersecurity guy. And he has been doing a lot of research. Obviously, he's been purchasing these devices and using them, and has pros and cons for all. But he's very critical and very, very particular. So I think that for the general population, regular Ledger, Trezor, Nano is going to be just fine. Generating your keys outside of, let's go ahead and pull that up. Generating your keys outside of MetaMask, I think is intelligent and smart. And if you didn't do it, as you unstake and pull things out, move them to a different wallet on keys that you've generated on your device, because you can either generate your seed word, your seed phrase on your MetaMask wallet or on your device. I would suggest, putting those on your device, creating those from your device, and then just using an instance, which is a MetaMask instance, to connect your wallet to. And the Trezor Model T is the black one in the middle. That's the one I use and enjoy. The first model Trezor is the white one to the left. That one is also a good device, but it's not as easy to use as the Model T. The other two,
the Model T has this big keypad. So this one is just a normal display, and this one is actually a touch display.
Yeah. Now, if you have big fat sausage fingers, it's not going to be easy for you to thump that Trezor, because it is still kind of small, a small touch screen. But if you're average size hands, then you'll be all right. Then the other two are the Ledgers. Those are a little
the Ledger
more.
S.
They're not difficult to
Nano.
use. That's the Nano X, right? And that's the Ledger and Ledger Nano X.
X and S. Yeah.
What's that thing up in the top there? Just a box?
I think that's the key. I think that's the key something.
Okay.
Somebody brought it up earlier.
Click. Ledger Nano ask click. Yep, exactly.
Keep key. I think that's a
keep key. Yeah, I've heard of those. I've never used them. Yeah, they're quirky with Firefox, and I don't use the other Brave browser and the Firefox. I think I just stick with Chrome.
Yes, stay away from Brave browser, people.
Yeah, Brave.
Use Google. Always keep it up to date. Only generate your seeds on the hardware device. Never type them into your browser or into your keyboard.
Yeah,
and stay with the proven classics.
Yeah, any concern with updating firmware? So the first time that I had to do that, so first what'll happen is you won't be able to connect anymore, or it'll die in the middle of trying to use it, and you're like freak out, and then you don't know what's going on, and then you get a message while you're trying to log in from the website or the interface, and it says you must update your firmware. And the first time that happened, I freaked, and I was like, I ain't firmware and shit, right? So I called Papa B, and he walked me through it and said, it's okay, don't worry, it's all right, as long as the site's telling you everything's good, don't worry. So I did, and I went to update the firmware, and now I do it on a regular basis. So the first time it happens to you, yeah, it's scary, but trust me, you'll be okay. Go ahead and update your firmware from the site. Just make sure you're on the right URL. But yeah, update your firmware, or else you're screwed. It won't work until you do so.
Yeah, so I think people have for like 20 years, they have this bad memory from the early PCs where updating your motherboard firmware and then it crashes. That breaks your motherboard. It's gone. You buy a new motherboard.
Yeah.
You can never use it again because the caches.
What version of Windows was that was doing that all the time? The Vista, Windows Vista or whatever. Was that what it was called?
Yeah, there was Vista. Vista came after 7.
Yeah, it was Vista, and it was just people were crashing and their motherboards were gone. That was a mess. That OS was a mess.
Yeah, so you shouldn't turn off any devices while the firmware is updating, because it can break the device for most of them, but it's really not a big issue. A firmware update is necessary and something normal for the device, and they don't cost even a lot. Even if you dump it in water, you break the firmware, whatever you do, it's really cheap to replace them, and you should have a backup anyway, so it's not a big deal.
I got 4 backups.
Yeah, that's good.
In the box, ready to go. It's like, because I don't want to ever be like in a situation where think about it, where you have to buy a new one, or you're in a situation where it's time to, do something like Pulse launches and it's the 0-hour day and you break your Trezor or you lose it or something happens and you have to order another one. Or you're like, well, I'm just going to put my seed words into MetaMask now. Well, now you've just destroyed your whole security model. And so I have 4 of them waiting in the wings just in case.
Or you come home on the last day of a sacrifice of that new shiny coin and you're like, God damn it, I have to enter all those 24 words. Oh.
Yep.
It's only 20 minutes left. Oh my God, click faster.
So by the way, this is a pen that has one of those little soft tips on it. So they've got these all over the place now. So that's another thing you could use if you've got fat sausage fingers and you want to, put in your Trezor. You can use one of these. There's my Papa.
Some Palm Pilots and Nintendo DS also has the pen.
Yeah.
If you got kids, steal it. They're gonna cry, but they're gonna thank you once they're in college later.
Yeah. It's called a stylus. Yes, that is what it's called, a stylus. Yes. You guys going to Vegas? Crypto BD asks. I will be in Vegas. Yes, I will. I will be in Vegas.
I won't be. Too far.
You won't be. Too far for you.
Yeah, too far. Wrong side of the globus. globe.
Come on, man.
Wrong side
I
of
went
the
out
globe.
there and visited you in London. All right, guys. So
sorry,
I'm gonna post...
too much shit to do.
Yeah. So there's the link, guys. It is the Friday Night Hangout. This isn't the Das Bomb Show. You guys can come and join and come hang out with us. That's what it's for. There's the. I'm trying to. Oh, okay. Sloth said he's going to be coming back here. So cool. Love to talk to him. That young man is brilliant. Brilliant.
We can make it a party. I can also be a captain if you want to. Can be 2 captains. I can put on my Star Trek uniform.
I got me a new tricorn. So look at this one.
Ooh. Leather?
Yeah. Leather, form fitted, custom made. I can't wear it because of my headphone. That's my black one. This is my new Vegas hat, so I'll be taking this one to Vegas. Yep. I've got another one back there that the highest of stakes got me when they got me my my pirate costume. So I've got this new tricorn to go with it. I'm going to be in the fashion show, so maybe I may be sporting some
the only fashionable
fashion.
The only really fashionable thing I can have is cat ears.
Yeah, you're like, now are you German? Are you German?
No,
you're not German.
I was born in Russia.
You were born in Russia, so you're Russian. Okay.
No, I'm German because I was raised in Germany.
Oh,
so that's why you get my whole accent and everything.
Yeah, and the black clothes and the the stale German
industrial heavy metal,
yes,
death metal, black metal. I got all the things. Oh, you probably missed it. You're not watching my streams. That's why.
I do miss the morning show. You got it.
Wait. When you posted your picture, I did the same.
You memed it?
Yeah. Wait.
What you got there?
Let me show you. You know, my how can I say that? My spectrum of fun and music is very wide. So
for a German, yes, because usually they're very regimented and dry, and their sense of humor. You've got at least some sense of humor versus most Germans. Oh, what do you got there?
Okay, listen, we got this side of the spectrum here.
All right.
But my real early beginnings and my most favorite music, they are more like where is it? It's in the wrong folder.
Are you a Japanese girl? They're asking.
Oh yes, I am sometimes.
But Nami!
I'm also this.
Look at that! Look at you! Freaking, that's Dimebag Daryl all over it, man. Look at you. You could be his brother.
It was a glorious time. Glorious.
Yeah.
I loved it. You know, melodic metal, Dark Knight, a few beers, good friends, some food, a kebab, and then just hack banging to the most amazing music that there is out there in the world. I loved it.
Okay. Yeah, I found out at least what happened to Kinetics. His computer is down. He's trying to get on. These guys. He is not. He might make it by the end of the show, he said. So we shall see. I just got a message. Okay. All right. So nobody else coming in, huh? Nobody else coming in tonight. Look at this. We got 100 people watching and then come in. All right, well, throw some questions out there. Let's talk to Das Bomb. Whatever we want to talk about, guys. Melf Tony dropped it up there. 448. We're still going down, right? We're still going down. Yeah, moshing crypto full time.
Hedron going up though.
Yeah, Hedron is
something's
going up.
Something's going down. Other things going.
Hey, look at who we got here. Look at who we got here. My man Frosty. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
What's going on? Doing a mic check. Can you hear me?
Morning.
So
yep.
Here's what's gonna happen, right?
Hold on a second.
So I can hear you, bro. So here's what's gonna happen. So you know how Richard like goes ghetto and starts talking in Ebonics when
Hold on a second. I'm getting a double feed.
Oh boy. There you go. How about now? We good? Turn off your YouTube if you were watching it. Were you watching it?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. But are you still double hearing us? You might have had your YouTube turned on.
It's a late feed. It's a late feed, about 3 second delay. No, I don't have a YouTube on anywhere.
Yeah.
How about now? Okay, I think I got it.
You're good?
We're good. I apologize. We're good. I don't do this very often.
Thanks for bringing the show to a screeching halt there, Frosty.
What's going on? How you doing, RG?
I'm good, bro. So what's going to happen right now, everybody, is when Richard gets around freaking people who are from the hood and he starts talking in Ebonics and gets that. When I get with Frosty, I start talking surfer because like Frosty's like one of those true surfer bros, and we get like totally freaking.
We surfed today. It was good too. Yeah, so I'm on surf.
You surf is
right
just
now.
You live in freaking paradise, bro. So when I went to Puerto Rico, I went to the other side of the island away from all of the like mayhem.
2.5 hours.
I took my whole family out into the middle of the, it's more or less third world country wilderness kind of living out there. Now where Frosty lives, it's not quite like that. He lives in more of a city atmosphere, but he's right on the beach. Like you drive, your car doesn't even warm up by the time you're on the beach.
And the name of the beach, the break is called Wilderness also.
And it's called Wilderness.
Yeah. So it's
and you go through this like whoop-de-doops through the mud, boom, boom, boom. You park your car next to the freaking palm trees that are leaning, like the typical freaking beautiful palm trees just leaning over into the sand. And then you walk out onto this freaking beautiful, gorgeous white sand beach with the most beautiful break you've ever freaking seen, like one after another, after another, after another,
and
all
today
day long.
There was nobody out. It was only my wife and I. And there was no wind and there was no current, and you could see straight down. It was only her and I as far as you could see the beach, and we just caught little 3-foot glassy perfect waves for about an hour and a half.
But even when there was people on the beach that day when I was out there with my son, it was like there was like 10 of you out there, bro. There's 10 people on every wave I go hit out here. Like you got to fight 10 people to make sure that you're not shoulder hopping.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah.
But dude, you live really in nice surf paradise. That was the one thing that broke my heart. Like Puerto Rico didn't like impress me like I fell in love with it. I love the quaint little towns. I love the small city life that it had out there, the little shops and everything, and the simple living. I loved it myself. My wife, on the other hand, had a real hard time with that. But that part of it was okay. That part of it was cool to me. The third world country part of it was a little rough. The roads were rough. Yeah. Everything else was a little rough. But the surf, the beaches, oh my God, it broke my freaking heart to have to hear the words, no, we can't go.
It's been nice to be here during the down market, and we're just trying to surf our way through it, just trying to think about it, and just trying to let it go, the whole Celsius, but we're going to Vegas, so we're kind of psyched about that.
Can't wait, dude. That's going to be so cool, man.
The Wednesday night Power City party, we've had tickets now for almost 2 months, and now the mansion, we got some free tickets today from the mansion party that's going to happen from Gerardo. He's sponsoring that now. So he gave away 250 tickets today. I think there's some still available. Just watch his stream and then go check it out and see how.
Time out for you there, buddy. Time out for you. Don't talk about little people like that. That was bad. Anyway, somebody in the chat room deserved a
I thought you were talking about me. I'm like, what did I say?
No, not you.
Okay. What's up, Daz Bomb? How you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
I didn't mean to leave you out or say hello.
No. I'm good. I'm just reminiscing about my Surfire. It's not real surfing that I'm doing, but I'm more in a position now to start real surfing. I'm gonna check it out how it is. I heard great things about it. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's the best thing ever." I will see.
You gotta live on the ocean. You can't live a half a mile away, 5 miles away. If you can, you gotta live as close as you can and go every day, 5-6 days a week.
Yeah.
If you're a weekend warrior, it's not gonna work out.
And there's something about putting your feet.
I'm like 20 minutes away
in the water. It's so good for your skin, your body, your health. You just
grounding.
People who live on the grounding you get when you're in that water,
right?
And then just, man, the absolute, like, forget meditation and prayer and stuff. Like, just go surf, and that's what that is. I mean, it's sport. It's the ocean. It's getting, oh man, it's just.
I heard today, RG3,
sounds like
you're going to be on the catwalk at the Power City party. Is this for real? You're gonna
yeah, dude. I'm gonna be
in speedos,
I got me a new tricorn for the occasion.
Right.
I got. I'm gonna be in my pirate outfit, and then
good.
I had some clothes that were made for me.
Jim Rat is gonna join. I heard also.
Yep.
The rumor. All right.
So
I can't wait.
We'll be out there, strutting the stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to show the.
Yeah, you're getting in shape. You're looking good. Yeah. I saw you here. You're getting pumped, man. You have a trainer, right?
Yeah, I got a trainer. I got a nutritionist, Ryan Hefner, who does the health stream that we have on Discourse Syndicate. He's my nutritionist, so I check in with him every day, work my calories, all that kind of stuff. And then my trainer, I start with him back up again in September. He moved gyms. He went from he had to go out and do this corporate thing, and then now he's back. He's got a new gym, so I'm going to be back in training with him. Hopefully putting on some weight now. I think I'm done losing weight. I'm supposed to lose another 10 pounds, but I find that hard to believe that I'm going to get down to like 160, in the 160s. But now I'm in the 170s from 218. Well, probably at my highest, I dropped about 222, somewhere around there. But it was when we started measuring, I was 218.
And it was all muscle, right? Now you're just
like, all muscle, right here, all freaking muscle, man.
This is great. I can't wait to see everybody.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So you both coming out?
Oh, absolutely.
85 kilograms, right?
I would not go without.
Is that what it is? 85
for
170, 176, 177. Actually, I think it was 178 this morning, but kind of floating around in there.
I'm excited about the Hedron that's running. I'm really excited about that. I have a nice big bag of that. I've been sitting on for about 5 months that I bought. Woo! I'm excited. I like it.
Yeah. We, being early stakers, big stakers, we were able to, mint a lot of Hedron. And that's not even all of it. That's just the first, couple years of our Hedron.
Oh, bro, I did the same thing you did. I ended one of my stakes, and the first one, and it was like 2 days later, my buddy calls me up and he goes, "Hey, did you finish your hex stake and did you mint your Hedron?" And I went, "Oh, shit!" And I couldn't believe it. This is like, oh man, it won't happen again though.
We've all made mistakes, man.
Yeah.
We've all made mistakes. I've made probably the biggest mistakes of anybody in here. I lost a lot of money one time.
It happens.
And it's even harder for anybody who has been in from the beginning because that's like 2 years of Hedron lost.
Yeah, this was a short one. It was only like a 3-month short stake.
It hurts more.
So it was a big one, but it was a short time period. So I still lost a bunch, but it's okay. I have a much bigger bag, so I'm excited here to see how it goes with Hex and Hedron, how they move together. I'm hearing a lot of good things from Cryptographics, and there's another guy, Crypto Coffee, and
Coffee.
Yeah,
another brilliant mind.
Good
in
information.
Our freaking space.
Explaining a lot of detail. I didn't understand a lot of it, but the more times I heard it about the encapsulating of the stake and the WAFA and the NFT, everything.
Yeah. Well, I was talking earlier when we first opened this stream, is that this experiment with Hedron, because it's the first iteration of what we're seeing here, is a crypto turning itself into, taking an NFT and wrapping it around a T-share and allowing that T-share to be the spin-off of this crypto. And that's really, I think that this is what we're going to see Hex utilized as. We're going to start to see all of these different ecosystems created and all these other products created by wrapping the T-share. And then the other products that are, so think of it like, the way it was explained to me by another brilliant mind was like that Russian doll, when doll wrapped around another, around another. And as long as you have that Hex T-share inside there as the nucleus, you're always going to create value versus entering a crypto. See, when you just make a crypto in Ethereum, it doesn't have any value. It doesn't have any utility. It doesn't have anything. It's just kind of there with a promise behind it. And now, because Hex is the truth engine, the real nucleus of real crypto, real DeFi crypto, now you have something that you can start to create these things on. And that's what Hedron is it's the first iteration of true DeFi. And we literally, when Hedron was created, DeFi was born. The first real crypto was born when Hex was Hex was created, and now we have true DeFi.
Because you can borrow against this as time goes, or can you do so now? But it's not
borrow. You can stake. You can now. You could start bonding things to one another and making them move. Oh my gosh!
Who is it?
It is ladies and there you go. That's exactly what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, like if there's like a favorite Hexican I have, I'm going to say that there's like 5 favorite Hexicans. This is one of them right here. Hex Mac, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Jace?
Go on, Hexo Mac.
His smile is infectious. Always
and it's
happy.
The biggest one.
Don't tell anyone. I'm trying to shake that off.
Trying to get rid of that good reputation you have.
Yeah.
Hang out with me for a little bit. I'll help you to
yeah, right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very
and
helpful.
his philosophy too.
Laughing keeps you alive. In Japan, they have extra for all those senior management level up guys. They go to laughing seminars just to get the vibes off. They're always
they should do that with Germans. You Germans need to laugh a
little. No, we laugh.
I definitely do, because I take myself way too seriously.
No way. I'm always laughing. I'm always cutting up. I'm always getting kicked out of restaurants, clubs. It doesn't matter. All of a sudden, it's the funniest thing ever. We're laughing hard, and about a minute later, I feel this tap, and it's always like, oh, come on, really? We have to leave. Always. It's funny. You go out with me, you get kicked out with me.
Yeah. I wish I was funnier.
Never.
I wish I was.
Never problem.
Full house.
Oh man, Thoughtchild.
No, we lost him again.
Yeah, that was Thoughtchild too. So we'll see if he comes back. He should come back.
There's gonna be
now that guy is funny. He is
couple
funny.
Of stragglers coming in here.
Is freaking hilarious. He's always got something cool to say, and he's funny as shit. The best laugh in crypto is here.
Shit, man.
It's been a long time since I've been on the show. This is great.
Yeah, Thoughtchild were just streaming with like 9 people. So I think we were like, yeah, let's go over and hang out on FN. So we're going to it's going to be a couple of people pop in here soon enough. I hope at least.
Hey, you must surf. You know what? I know that we have but because it's a private hole, I don't know. You'd have to ask Kinetics, send Kinetics a DM, and they may be able to send you something. I see the stats, but I don't know if the stats are available to be public. I think they're private because of the private holding of the Hex Investment Trust. So I'm not the authority on that. You'd have to ask Kinetics or even Wales. Wales could help you out. Send him a DM, and I'm sure that he will either inform you or let you know what's available.
G3 is really hard trying not to say I can't talk about it.
I could talk about it. I just don't know shit. I really don't. I just pay for the lawyers and all that stuff. So that's all I know. And they're freaking expensive.
And that's a lot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this whole thing. I got into the wrong part of this deal, man. I should have sat back, counted my money, and listened to all of the smart guys and not done any of this stuff, because everything is done. I know lately I've been accused of fleecing Hexicans and taking their money, of all things, which I find absolutely fucking hilarious, because I have done nothing but dump money into this. The YouTube channel costs me money every single month. The Hex Investment Trust has done nothing but cost me money. I've never made a dime off of it.
You went all the way to Washington on your
stuff? Oh yeah. MCA, the thing that I've been scrutinized to death over, has not made me a dime. It has helped a lot of Hexicans. We have 150 very, very happy, pleased customers, and $2 billion in assets under management. So it's doing really well, but I still have not made a single dime off of MCA. So all of these things have cost money. No money has been made. And in fact, another thing that I think I'm supposed to answer to, because one of the streams the other day was talking about it, guys, I want to help whatever I can do to help the Vegas trip. I'm going to be there. From what I understand, it's still going on, but I think that they've moved it to through Funding Jim and some other folks. I've offered my help.
Where's it going to be?
They're going to be moving the event to, I think all the people are whole that still have their hotel rooms. So that's good. Also, we're moving to, I think one of the other events, I'm not sure. You have to check. I think Funding Jim might have more information on that, but whatever events are going to be there outside of the event that has been, kind of canceled, I'll be there to help and do whatever I can to,
Good. Same here. Yeah. I'll be there. Anything you guys need help with, let me know. I'm there to help.
Yep. So, and nobody has paid me to do anything, just to let everybody know. I know there's a rumor out there that I was paid for that stuff, but I wasn't. That's funny to me, but yeah. So no money has been passed on to me from anybody. So, but I will be there to help.
Good. Nice. What's everybody drinking tonight? I see everybody sipping.
Kombucha.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Have water.
Agua.
FN Hangout.
It's the beach. You guys keep drinking water. Hydrate.
Coffee.
Yeah, I finished working out.
It is 1:04 in the afternoon here. This is my second cup of coffee for the day. That's my max.
In the afternoon. After that, where are you? What are you? Can you say where you're at?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm Aussie, man. So I'm down here.
Aussie. Okay.
Yeah. Aussie. I don't really sound like an Aussie, but I am from out here.
Oh no, Sandy! They are not paying me. They're probably going to pay me to get off of the damn runway. And make sure I have all of my clothes on, and yes, I will.
Sandy cryptos.
But they cryptos.
They've
made me. I think they've made me 2 outfits to wear on the runway, and I'm also going to be in traditional pirate attire or something. Okay. So I think that's the whole thing. But yeah, right. So we're gonna have a good time there. That's gonna be fun. And that's at the the name of the event, just
Billiards Bar. It's a bar and billiards down in downtown. It's a Power City party.
Power City, yeah, it's the Power City.
Power City party at billiards and bar and billiards in the downtown area. It's about 1.5 blocks off of the Fremont Street Experience. My hotel's down there, as a matter of fact, about 1.5 blocks away from that party. For that reason, I can't wait. Yeah, crystal meth is going to be spinning.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love those guys. That guy, he's awesome.
Dorsey says. So good. Oh, RG3 will spoon for an accommodation. Only with Hexo. Only with Hexo. He's my.
We don't talk about nuts to butts on stream.
He's my pillow. He's my pillow guy.
He says he's wearing his lab coat to the party or something. And I forget where he said he's.
Oh shit, Marco, you're gonna be on the runway too? Sweet. So is it all guys? Is it gonna be a guy?
I think there's like 3 or 4 guys. I heard one of the ladies earlier.
Is
tonight,
there any ladies that are gonna be doing the fashion
Yeah, there
show?
is. There's a bunch. Yeah, there's a bunch. But you're gonna do like 3.
It would be in typical Hexagon
Hexagon
fashion if it
bringing
was.
you guys out, and we're just gonna keep laughing.
It would be, it would be typical Hexagon fashion to just only have guys there. Like the first nightclub that we set up.
I have to say, it's gotten a lot
You're gonna get
better.
roasted.
Oh,
if you watch the classical Bitcoin, Ethereum, like general crypto communities, and then you look at ours, we are sprinkling in the ladies and the Hex ladies. They're doing a great job of marketing and bringing in more.
Yeah, just go on. Just go on Twitter.
Of their own demographic, and
yeah,
you see them popping up. It's
yeah, but they're giving blue wrenches to them all the
different.
time, and they're censoring people over the silliest things. I've been kicked off. I can't even talk on Crypto Coffee because of something silly. It's just snowflakes. Yeah, and what other one on Hex Token? Same thing. I keep getting censored and blocked. And it's by the same girl. The same girls. Yeah,
it's a changing world, guys. It's a
No,
changing
no.
world. Crypto space is getting a little more effeminate.
There's nothing naughty. There was nothing naughty. It was just silly shit. And it was like, I called her a snowflake, and then she's like blocked me on numerous sites.
But here's the thing.
I'm over for in Vegas.
You gotta admit,
you know who you are.
It's a very misogynistic space that we exist in, and it's been very intimidating for ladies. Now, not for Hex ladies, because the Hex ladies that came in, I mean, like Sammy Chica will go toe-to-toe with any dude, and
Sammy will beat the shit out of you.
She'll beat you. She's like probably top 10 in beatdowns out there. Period.
Love you,
let
Sammy.
alone just the ladies. But Sammy will jack you.
No, it's not Sam. Sammy's cool.
And but the Hex ladies, man, I mean, we've got some strong-willed freaking Hexagon ladies, and look at Hexicon.
Hexicon.
Yep. I mean, and not only that, but look at all the lookers. I mean, we have got some beautiful ladies in the Hex ecosystem. I mean, and not that that's a
me in Vegas.
important thing, but I mean, good looking, strong, smart. I mean, they're tearing it up. So, yes,
and they're in Hex. God damn!
Straight up goats, baby. Straight up goats. Lady goats.
Over the last few decades, women became half of the earner in a household.
Not in mine.
So
just to let you know,
the more of them come into Hex, the more of them come into the community, the more they can spend on the coins, actually. They're getting savvy out there.
Changing world.
Frosty, I never said I wasn't too. I'm as bad as you are. I really am. I'm just spitting out facts. It is changing. Things are changing for guys like us.
Yeah, we have to be more like women.
Oh, and Hexy said, "Oh, look at this." She said, "And a lot are single guys." But you know what? The cool thing is they don't have to. They're not searching for men. They got their own money. They don't need you guys.
That's great.
Hey, but for some of you guys that got little bags, though, hey, we got some women in there. You might want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Even my girl has
sugar mamas in the community.
She's hanging on to Pulse and Pulse X too. Same thing. My wife. Yeah, she has her own bags.
You're gonna be the way people are gonna be dating is asking them, "Hey, what day were you a Hex entry? Did you sacrifice for Pulse? Did you Pulse X? What did you? How many sacks did you make?
And you plan on getting in on the wallet? What's your plans for the digital wallet from Richard Hart? Just curious.
These are first date questions.
Yeah.
And if you don't pass those fucking questions,
sign here.
Get you out of here.
Next.
Please put that in writing. Press hard. Just 3 copies.
If you were a day one Pulse sacrificer, you get a second date.
Yeah. If you're in Hedron, we'll start scheduling a third also coming up.
Eyes up here. Sheesh.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh my god,
That's
a
good shit
one
right there.
dude. We need to create a dating app just for like Hexicans,
right?
post-Janus,
There you
post-Xers, and
Dude.
then you like have your list of questions, and you're like, oh yeah, shit, yeah, I'm day one Hexican, yeah, I'm day one post-Jan, I'm day one post-Xer.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry. No, I have to speak against that.
Yes,
Yes. Creating the biggest honeypot on the internet.
But wait a second, it's not working for Richard. Richard Hart's like digging. He's looking for a girl, and he's got more hearts than everybody.
No, he's not looking for a girl. Let's get that straight.
A harem, the right harem. He's looking for a whole
is
harem.
not part of the equation. Girls is probably the equation.
Okay, so you know how they have like Tinder and Bumble, but then they have like a version of like Tinder, which is based, I think it's called Raya, RAIYA, but it's like for celebrities only, and you can't get on the app unless
you're
a celebrity.
There's a big one out there. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I think it's called Raya. But there you go, Dust Bomb. That's how you fork around that bullshit. You're like, you got to show your credentials. You got to get the fuck in here. You got to be a vetted.
You can call it Hexter. Hexter.
Dude, we're worldwide. Imagine just flying over the other side of the city, like the world, and just being like, oh yeah, sure, I'm in South America right now. Let me open up my Hex dating app and see who the fuck's down here. And then you just connect with them. You go out for some drinks. Dude, that's a fucking brilliant idea, man. That is
get it done, idea. Mac. Get it done.
Someone spin that shit up. I can't do that. I can't
make that. Sounds like way too much work. I'm just gonna stake some more hacks instead.
Georgie said, "I already got the domain, guys. Hexter." Set it up, Dorsey. Make it happen. Just go rip something off out there and set.
I like Hexiquin's one as well. Hexicans near me. That's cool.
Yeah.
That'd just be a cool app to have anyway. Like,
that would be a good one for meetups and stuff. But it might be a good one for people to get freaking rickrolled too, man. And
what's rickrolled?
Wrench attacked. Rickrolled is not really. That's a meme where the guy that's saying "you never gonna give you up." But anyway, that's a rickroll.
Okay.
You might get rolled and wrench attacked.
Yeah, bus rolls, whatever. Yeah, I got you.
Look at Bristology's comment. Look at Bruce's comment.
Those South American chickens gonna blow that zombie powder in my face and force me to give up my seed. Not the seed I want to give up.
God damn.
Both.
Foul.
Oh my god.
Great.
Chicks dig guys with a big sack. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay. Come on. You're gonna get censored. See, I didn't say anything like that. And I was censored nothing.
Heaviest object in the world.
I just called the girl a snowflake.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Where'd I go?
Chicks dig guys with a big. Oh man.
Oh my.
You'll find fake Hexicans. Yep, you're probably 100% right, Sarah G. 100% right. You will find fake Hexicans.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sounds like a good idea to me. Sounds like a good idea. Make it happen. Send the Hexicans out there to their to the gladiator pits. Go get them, guys. Go get them. I'm snatched up. I'm done. I don't have to worry about it. You guys go. Yeah. I'll live vicariously through all of you guys.
Yep. I'm done. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Living life. RG3.
Yep.
You met my family. Well, my girl.
Yeah.
Well, according to Richard, it's 8 years.
8 years? So, to stay in a relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, I think
the hard part. So this is the I was listening to this guy, what's his name? They just put it in Strape earlier today. They showed the Fox News interview with this cat that got unjustly. His name is Andrew Tate. He's like one of those dating guys.
Alex Jones type of thing. Yeah.
No. He's a
power talk.
Not really. He's more like a young male, kind of like alpha shit,
He's like in that red pill community.
Yeah, red pill guy, He got a great message, and sometimes it comes across misogynistic or whatever. But some of these guys talk about this, the tribal man or the freaking instincts are to move from woman to woman to woman and all this stuff.
Yeah, the 7-year itch. By the time
you're not supposed to be
7, 8 years old, you leave. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what?
Shit.
The bottom line is that's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
because
it's primitive. It's old.
It's and I'm not going to say that they're not right about some of the things that they're talking about. ZR has a really good philosophy. I listened to his philosophy, and he's got a good philosophy. But there's something to be said about, look, marriage and relationships aren't easy. They're not. None of them are. I've been married for 21 years. It's not easy.
27 years I've been married. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
But it's rewarding, and
you got
family's rewarding. But it's not for everybody.
No.
And that's what you got to decide. Like for Richard, and especially at this time in his life, it's not for him. He's like, maybe I'll spend some time with a girl or girls, and and that's cool. And so to each his own. To each man his own. Choice. But don't just go following these guys and think that that's what life is about. It's the other side of life is rewarding too, and all the trials, tribulations, hard work, effort, stuff that you put into it. Even if it isn't good, even if it is hard, there's still rewards to that.
Yeah.
And
you may not make it to that same level as Andrew Tate, but if you can elevate yourself up and feel better and work better and do better and treat people around you better, you will be better. And even if it's not at his same level, you can still elevate yourself, and then you improve from there.
Yeah. I like his philosophies, like, get in the gym, take care of yourself, take care of your mind, your body, your spirit, all that kind of stuff. It's important, like we've always tried to have that philosophy here, take care of your mind, your body, your spirit, your finances, take care of those things in your life that are going to make you a better person. Empty Coiner says something here.
It's not only that you can have this lifestyle. It's also that you, in a marriage, in a relationship in general, you have to be a certain person, a certain caliber. You have to have some knowledge of how to keep the relationship alive.
Yeah.
Like you have to have a certain skill set to be able to be in a relationship, and you have to be free from you have to be free from some things that will immediately destroy the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everybody can have it.
Alcohol. I'll tell you what, most problems come from that.
Yep. Alcohol. Yeah.
I'll tell you, that's where like 90% of people's problems come from that, just because you're not in your right mind when you do that.
Yeah, it's not the whole problem, but it's the root problem usually. And if you wipe that away, you can think more clearly. You have more money, treat people better. Yeah.
And that's when bad stuff happens, stuff that you don't seem to care in the moment because of the alcohol, and then
remember
transgressions happen,
Yeah.
But again, like I said, it's not easy. And a lot of people, it's not the life for them. That's why there's so many damn divorces,
Yeah.
But anyway, we've been dropping. Hex has been dropping 043 now. 043. Used to have the Discourse Syndicate pump, Friday Night Hangout pump. We used to be like, oh, here comes the pump. Boom, 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 boom.
Hedron's pumping. Look at the chart right now.
Yeah, Hedron's pumping. There's 5 zeros and a 4 now, right? Is that what it is?
It's way up. Yeah, I don't know. It's up. Way up from where I got. So I'm happy. Yeah, it's at an not all-time high from the first couple of days when it launched, but it's at higher now than the first 3 or 4 days. Yeah.
It's a new local high, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's good. Broke through and it closed above. So that's really
no, it did not. Not yet.
It didn't close above the wicks, but it closed above any of the other closings.
Oh
like,
yeah,
in
okay,
the
yeah,
last
yeah.
4 or
The
5
close
months.
was higher than the previous close. Yes, that's true.
All right,
Yeah.
that's looking good. It's a buy, everybody out there, and not financial advice.
11% down right now, but
Not at all.
it's in new local
Yeah.
ATH
Yeah.
territory. Yeah,
Yeah, glass ceiling right there, buddy.
That's nice.
it's still that guy. The shark that ended. He's still selling the 1 million, 2 million, 1.5 million. He's bringing down the market a little bit. He is dropping consistently every half hour.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
30 minutes
at least
ago,
he's getting
50
rid of
minutes
it. At least
ago,
he's getting
1
rid
hour,
of it. It's gone.
25 minutes ago, 2 hours ago. It's like a mil here, a mil, 1.5 mil, 1.8 mil.
Wow.
He really needs that money.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
a lot of money. It's okay. It's a win. That's a win. Whatever.
That is a win for him.
And he spread it across. He didn't mint his Hedron, and maybe he'll rebuy Hex again. Who knows? Yeah, you might throw it right back in there.
Yep.
Yeah, a couple of days, couple of weeks.
Or go and buy Pulse or Pulse X.
He might be buying Hedron with all that money.
Yeah, or he might be making HSIs. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And then you have to buy Hedron to buy those HSIs. Yeah, it's a
It's
big
opportunity
circle.
for anybody who got left behind on the price.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I just want to while you guys were touching on that red pill
Hit it.
stuff while I wasn't here. I think you should
Need some
just
pills.
live life and let life happen, man.
Yeah.
Like you can't you
You're right,
have
bro.
like very little control over anything. The
Yeah.
people that you meet, like RG3 4 years ago. There was no thing in my mind that was like, yeah, I'll meet someone like RG3. We just met, like Hex brought us together. This community has brought all of us together. Did you think like 5 years ago that any of this shit was on your horizon or
No.
any of this shit was going to happen? No, life just happens. We get these weird ideas. And, from watching the Fresh and Fit stuff and from watching the Andrew Tates and stuff like that, they cling to some of these ideas like this is the way that things are meant to be between men and women. And it's like, no, the dynamics of like intimacy and being in relationships, it has nothing to do with theories and formulas.
It has
to do with
absolutely zero.
Yeah, it has
It's
to do
two
with
people.
Raw, real shit and real emotions and feelings.
Yeah.
And those guys that stay there and they're like, oh yeah, but logically, like, every dude wants to sleep with, as many women as possible.
Yeah.
It's like,
but you know what? Real men, when you wake up with someone, after a year or two and she doesn't have any makeup on and she's having a hard time and it's that time of the month and she's looking her absolute worst and you could smell the shit in the toilet. I mean, that's a real man that can handle that kind of stuff. Not all this fluff. They don't talk about that shit on Fresh and Fit,
because they don't understand what that is. They haven't had that yet. Those dudes are 31 and 32. They're in that same bracket. Like I'm 31. But I was also engaged for 7 years during my 20s. I've been there. I've done that shit. It's nothing like they're talking about. They're talking about like this.
The fantasy.
How did you hang on the engagement for 7 years? That's a long engagement.
It is a long time.
That's gotta be hard.
We were living together, man, from day drop. We were dependent upon each other. We were both broke.
Wow.
There wasn't a lot of options for us, We were just working together.
Good.
One of the things that I like to address is that, a lot of their audience are these young men, and they speak to these guys because when you're in your 18 to 25, 30 range, when you're a young man, the testosterone is like freaking like your brain is floating in it. Right.
Yep.
And there's this need and pop culture today. And I think this is true around the world. I don't know how many other cultures in the world actually have rites of passage for men.
Not a lot.
Because, like in my native world view, in my native world, we have rites of passage. There are things that we do, ceremonies that we conduct, things that make a man a man. within the community. It has absolutely nothing to do with seeking out and destroying women or finding women or conquering women or any of that kind of stuff. It has to do with conquering your inner demons and that testosterone, that need to get out and hunt and kill and conquer. And how do you put that into the right place? And the way that's done, the way it's done in my culture, is that male mentors, men like myself that have been through that, and come out the other side for it, the better, direct those young men into how to do that. So we have so many misguided young men in this pop culture because we don't have male rites of passage for them to get rid of that. We have the military kind of, and that's turning into a mess. We have, we really have no way for men to have a release of that thing without them focusing on women and focusing on Ferraris and focusing on $5,000 tennis shoes and focusing on getting their body in the best shape that it can be. And all of this weird stuff that they make them focus on. I get what they're trying to do. I get it. They're trying to tap into that thing that's in these young men. And it's there, and they need to get it out, and they seek out people. But all I can say to those young men is choose your mentors wisely. Find mentors that have gotten to the other side of life and have gotten through all that in a way. Oh my God. Let me finish this before we bring him up. And choose your mentors well. That's the one thing that I got lucky with. I have some great mentors in my life that helped me get through the shit that I had to go through when I was a young man. And that's what made me come out the other side. You can't say that I'm all right. I mean, I'm still think I'm a pirate and tattoos and I'm still
dressed like a pirate.
But I feel good about who I am. But anyway, I suggest that to you, young men. Fuck these guys on the internet that are telling you that Ferraris, muscles, and freaking hot chicks.
They're selling dreams. They're making money selling a dream. Yeah.
They're selling bullshit to you.
Yeah.
They're
selling a lifestyle. They're not selling meaning. Go and find something meaningful. I swear to fuck. Like,
what they're teaching is
it'll help your soul so much more. It'll help you as a human being so much more.
Because one is shallow and one has depth to it. And the one that's shallow, the Ferrari, the muscles, it's surface level. You're getting what's on the surface. You're seeing
all that shit goes away.
Yeah,
absolutely it does. It goes away like
the muscles, the hot chicks, all that shit goes away, guys. And then you're stuck with yourself. You wake up with your fucking self one way. That guy, even though I don't have anything bad to say about Mr. Tate, he's going to wake up one day and hopefully not. Hopefully he does, because his philosophies are sound. He does have some sound philosophies, and hopefully when he wakes up, he will wake up, happy man. But some of the people that he may be speaking to might be chasing that pipe dream for years and years and years and years and never get to that level because they didn't have the proper mentors, because they didn't look at the right things, because they didn't build that depth within themselves. That
only
spiritual,
like
mental, and
can
emotional
pull it
depth.
off. What he's teaching, only 1% or 2%, 5% of the guys out there in the world can really pull that off. They already have the natural looks, already have the genetics, the size of the body, when their attitude. And now I'm going to teach you how to make the money to go with that given body that God gave you. That just pretty much given to you. And so that is a very small percentage that people can pull it off.
Anthony, you absolutely can. Yes, you can. You do whatever you got to do. Degenerate, whatever. You do it, bro. You do it. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, in the grand scheme of life, hey, there's nothing wrong with having fun. There's nothing wrong with going out with a hot chick. There is nothing wrong with a Ferrari. But to make that your life philosophy and use that as what defines you, that's the wrong direction to take your life, as far as I'm concerned. Build depth, have fun with all those things. By God, I did. But just make sure you're building depth too. Have fun.
Yes.
Fuck up, make mistakes, do this cool stuff, do the crazy stuff while you're young. You're 19. Fuck yeah, you got all kinds of screwing up to do. You got so much pain coming to you, bro. You got so much pain coming in your life. You don't even know yet. I am so sorry, but agony, defeat, and pain is on its way, my young friend.
And it's called tragedy. All of a sudden, one time you get a phone call or just a talk to someone, and you're just like, "Are you kidding me?" Everything just changes so fast. Yeah, but you have to seek a higher power.
but it's going to define you. It's going to change you. It's going to mold you into the man you are. Make sure you have some good mentors. And yes, Anthony, keep having fun, keep doing all that stuff. But just remember, there is another purpose behind that. Just remember, like that old song goes. All right. Where are we? Okay. It's time to bring him up. Sorry for getting so deep into that, but I really care about all you guys. Yeah. And I want to see people not only get wealthy and get healthy and get nice cars and find beautiful women, but put some depth into it. Put some real life into it.
Captain Tate.
Have,
put your goddamn soul into life, man.
There
if
you
you're
go.
living and your soul is not a part of shit, fuck, you are living a shallow existence, man.
That's what I like about Mac. He's one of those guys that embraces life, embraces freaking tragedy and heartache and all that stuff and laughs about it and has fun and grows from it. I love that about you. All right. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the man with the golden mic himself.
Hell yeah.
Raj. All right, bro. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Namaste, Hexicans.
Namaste.
Namaste, brother.
How are you?
I heard you guys say something about misled youth, so I had to hop on.
Here I
am. Sorry, guys.
Phraseology. That's going to get you a timeout.
It was a good one, though.
The thing is, for me, it is like Saturday morning here, so I really can't show my face on camera right now. Friday
what
night
happened?
was.
You get punched?
No, just a Friday night, a bit of a hangover kind of thing. Yeah, so
a little bit pregnant.
So, anyways, and I've vowed not to sing until Pulse Chain launches. So, so maybe it is a good thing. So, no golden mic.
I would love to have you on.
No.
When Pulse Chain launches. Hey, we got $500 the last time he sang to shut him up. So
yeah,
we'll when we do reach Pulse Chain launch, we will bring Diraj on to sing his Pulse Chain launch song.
Yeah, I'm writing down a few bars for that, like Pulse Chain to be released. By the way, if you really guys really miss it, there are, I think I've bookmarked those. I have to create like a list of or a playlist. Like I think it's enough to fill one side of a mixtape. I don't know whether but I guess most of the people are of the age they still remember what mixtapes were. Like now,
that's what you'd make for that girl you liked, right? You'd get the mixtape together and send her the freaking boombox version of what you want to stand out in front of her window and play, right?
Hold up in the air.
Man. Now you just send a link to Spotify. No more mixtapes. How technology has changed.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the thing. If you want to cloud out the bad relationship advices, the only way is to give good ones. So yeah, doing romantic cheesy stuff, not exactly always considered. Now it is considered simping, but no, it still works, man. Girls too like that stuff too. Like,
I'll be
back. RJ3 dropped off. I think he got irritated by my voice.
I'm still here.
Anyways.
It's just my camera likes to go out every once in a while and say, "Hey, I'm a little heated." Crypto BD, looking forward to meeting you in Vegas. Can't wait. Only 9 days away. Yes, 9 days away. I was freaking gobsmacked by that. Gobsmacked today with looking at the dates like, holy crap, it's only 9 days away. I got to get my ass in gear here. I got shit to do first.
Coming up really quickly.
Yeah, because it's hard to take a few
only
days.
2 more days. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. 2 more days till what?
Till 1,000 days of Hex.
Tomorrow. I think.
Wow.
That's tomorrow, man. We are
1,000 days of Hex.
We're 20 hours away from that, man. 20 hours. That's
20 hours. Okay, 1 more day. So today and tomorrow. No, only today. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just today. Yeah. You're at nighttime over in your it'll be like
That is insane. 1,000 days of just
operation,
absolute flawless operation.
Wow, so good.
Remember when we were sitting here and thinking about, how are we gonna tweak that setting, and should we really implement this? And it's gonna be great. Like 1 cent is gonna be the ultimate goal, and we will not reach this for 10 years. But 1 cent, everybody will be rich.
Yeah.
Think about it. We're 1,000
days ago, people were sitting like this.
Yeah. We're 1,000 days into 5 days, right? We're like 20% of the way through.
Wow.
That's insane.
It is insane.
Like this is going so quickly. This journey's gone so quickly, and you had so many people at the beginning being like, "Oh, you stupid fucking Hexicans for locking your money for 15 years." You guys
15 years.
Yeah. Well, now we're fucking 20% of the way through. We're rich as fuck, and you just look like a stupid idiot.
And most of them aren't even streaming anymore.
Nope.
Most of them have been like embarrassed. They've embarrassed themselves for shilling all the bad shit and then bagging on us and Richard and Hex when all it's done is, with no scams, with no problems.
Up and to the right.
Here we are. And they're gone. Most of them are gone.
Yeah.
And you're seeing the pivot happen like now.
Oh,
like the last 3 months, 6 months. Like, look at what Richard's doing. He's on all of these phones like a fucking Wolf of Wall Street, man. Like,
you know what?
You had to told me that a year ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was a year ago.
Dude, Richard has these people so scared that Tone Vase can't even be in a fucking Twitter space with Richard.
I know, he runs
He doesn't
away.
even say anything anymore. He just leaves. The moment he hears Richard Hart, he's just like, ducking.
And people even, like, what they were saying, like, Richard's not professional, so I don't want to be in the spaces with him, or, I don't, like, you had,
I know, it's so
saying that.
Oh, gosh. They're just shit stains, man. It's so they're pompous, arrogant. This guy, who is this? What is he doing in here? He's so cringe. And it's just like, what the freaking hell are you guys talking about? You just listen to the guy, talk to him, ask questions. What is this?
You guys are the judgmental, egotistical assholes that have judged all of us. We haven't done fucking anything except try and spread love and abundance everywhere that we go. And you go, oh, these guys are cringe. Oh, these guys are corny. Oh, like what the fuck is?
Yeah, Matt.
I own that. I'll own that. I'll be the cringe, corny guy. I did that. I'm sorry, I did that.
Look, we've all been through that in the beginning. Like, I think a lot of people who got here later on as well. Like, you don't realize how fucking much we had to fight in the beginning. Like, we had to fight, and we had to like defend this shit from all of the stupid accusations, all the scammer accusations, all of it. That's why a lot of us still have an edge about us, where it's like, as soon as we feel like some weird shit's going on in the community, it's like, get the fuck out of the way, or pull your head in or pull your neck in, because we care. We put in 1,000 days. How many 1,000 days do we need to put in? Do you guys realize
and we're still having
not going away? We're still having going away.
I mean, it's not that difficult for us anymore. It's more like sniping,
Hey,
Yeah. But I was talking to somebody
now.
about this the other. Yeah, we're the elite. We
elite
won.
snipers. In the beginning, was just like a bunch of people with wooden shields,
getting the shit pummeled out of us.
Then it's everybody manned up. It's like ahoo, and shield to shield, spearing the people next to us, in front of us. Sorry.
I was having the same conversation with somebody the other day about, I was talking. They were like asking me about the Hex community. Why are they so vicious and mean? And I'm like, they're not vicious and mean. They're battle hardened. I said, if you've ever met a Marine that has been in a wartime situation, a combat situation, after all their training and all the stuff that they've been through, they have a certain edge to them. They have a certain fight to them that will never go away. That's what you get when you get a soldier, when you get a killer, when you get somebody who's been in the freaking been a dog of war. And that's what we were in the crypto space, for lack of a better term, is we were dogs of war. And that will never go away from this community. We will always have a smidgen of it in there. And some of us took it a little harder than others, just like, when soldiers come back, some of them are okay, some of them aren't, and that's kind of what we have in this community. We have people that are a little trigger happy, and sometimes they fly off the handle really fast. And it's just from what we've been through. I mean, we've been through freaking hell, and we were right. And it's always hard to still hear it from people when we know we were right. And it's like, what are you talking about? We won already. We were right. How dare you even come back to us with this stupid slap in the face? Because it doesn't sit on us well. And some of us can like brush it off and say, whatever, you guys are fucking lost, man. We know that. But some people still take it kind of harshly. And you know what? That's what you're always going to get with this community, because you guys made us that way. You forged us that way.
Yes, you did.
Now you've all lost. You've all lost. And the sentiment for Bitcoin, for the maxis, is just atrocious. They've lost favor everywhere in crypto. The maxis have just been destroyed. I mean, you guys
had it as well. They had you had it. You had the thing that was going to save people, and you fumbled that ball so goddamn hard. I thank you guys. Like, all of the Bitcoin maxis, as much as we might struggle and fight with you, like, you guys paved the way for crypto. But now we get to look at you, and we get to look at all of the mistakes you made and all the things that you fucked and all the ways that you sold out. And we're not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Fuck that shit. If you're bringing that energy into this community, you're not going to last long here.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry. The end of it was, for me, the end of it was when Max Kaiser got up on stage and did his fuck Elon thing. It was so cringy. It was so just, I'm not saying that Elon deserves, us to give him a freaking props or anything, but the way he did it, the energy that he used, the cringy energy that he used was so unpalatable, was so cringe, was so unworthy of what this space needs. It was just, that's our best. That's our spokesman. That's somebody that we want to be speaking to the world about crypto. No. Fuck that guy. Get him out of here. That is garbage. He is the worst representation of what it is we're trying to do here that exists. He is the screechiest, cringiest, most ridiculous. And then we got guys like Tone Bays. Same thing, just cringy, screechy. And this other guy that Richard wrecked, Peter McCormick, all of their freaking front men. God damn it. All these front men that they had, just paper tigers, man. Paper freaking tigers. Speaking of tigers, go ahead, Diraj.
No, there were a couple of things I wanted to say. Now I've got things mixed up. One was, we OGs had had to struggle a lot while promoting Hex. Like, I myself went to a in-person conference January 2020, just before the lockdowns. And can you imagine me, the only Indian guy at the conference, trying to speak about Hex to Bitcoin maximalists? Yeah, they were looking at me as if I'm trying to steal their kidneys or something like that. like
who is this Indian doctor here trying to steal our kidney?
But so, and that's why
Hey,
we
if you
like,
sold your kidney 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you could
You
have
could have
bought
already
5
had an
back.
artificial one made and put in.
Yeah.
And still had gains and hex stakes.
Yeah. And Hedron minted.
You could have
but
bought
the
it
thing
back.
is, yeah. So we were given real shit, and at that time we didn't have anything to prove it. So the new guys, at least they can say, yeah, we have been working flawlessly for 1,000 days. But for us in those days, it was like, sorry, like all the influencers were saying only negative things about it, listed nowhere. So we took that risk, and that's why we got rewarded. And I think a lot of people, especially the new folk, are trying to use that against us. Like, yeah, Hex is only good for those who were in early. Now it's not going to pump as hard. But 1,000 days, you can see the chart of Bitcoin and Ethereum versus Hex. Still, like, we are doing pretty well for day 1,000 as compared to those. So we have space, and people are using this narrative like you guys are late into Hex to pump other coins. I won't name names, but if you are on crypto Twitter, you already know what's going on. So please be on a lookout. Like, some people have Hex in their Twitter handle, and some are really Hexicans at heart. So you have to learn to know the difference. I think that was all the things I had wanted to say here. Um, Other thing I wanted to clarify, like, yeah, we used to have the Hex Asians show on Discourse Syndicate. We moved to the main channel for Hex Asians. Some are I heard some rumors that, like, people are speculating we had some kind of spat. So it's not that. The thing is, we talk different kind of shit there on that show. Like, it is not always YouTube friendly. So it's okay to do on a smaller channel.
Well, you guys kept getting us. We were getting what do you call it? We were getting struck for copyright strikes, and we had people coming after us because you were using the content. We didn't kick you out though. We just said, hey.
So
never was a problem ever. You guys are always welcome here. You can come back if you ever wanted to.
So that was what I was saying. Like, it's better we are on a separate channel. We can explore like other communities, possibly without hating the algos. And to answer Blue Collar Grunt's question, if you want a Hex Asian hoodie, it is now available on hexmerch.com.
Look at you shilling shit on this channel. What's the matter with you?
Kicked.
I'm just kidding. Hey, one thing I do want somebody to do. I want somebody to make a meme right now. So we know we have the meme of, if you would have bought Hex with your stimulus check, you'd have this. I want to know if you would have sold your kidney to get Hex, day one, where you would have been able to buy your kidney back, and how big your bags would be today if you would have done so in the first. I'm serious.
I talked about it a few times. But I actually mortgaged a vehicle for Hex. Like, I refinanced a vehicle and took the cash out. It's like, yeah, I gotta do some like remodeling in my house. It worked out okay.
Just don't do a Peter McCormick and like shoot yourself in the foot by being like, yeah, I'm just gonna borrow money to go buy Bitcoin.
Like, don't leverage your house for crypto.
Dummy.
Leverage. It's a lot easier to bum a ride. I'm thinking we're missing something very important
here.
It's a lot easier to bum a ride from a friend than it is to bum a house from a friend.
Yeah. What was that, Das? What are we missing?
Yeah, I'm thinking
what
we're
are we
missing this banner. If we have
There you go. Not financial advice.
Yes.
Don't listen to
if
these
in previous
fucktards.
streams we said
Sandy
not.
cryptos.
do not take a loan, do not sell
Doctor.
your house, do not sell your car, do not sell anything essential. You should not sell your kidney. This is all jokes.
Dr. Claus.
That
Dr.
financial
Claus.
If I would have known, I would have sold a kidney, you know. Not that it would have been any good, but I could have got it back for cheap. They'd have probably given it back to me.
Yeah,
But,
this is worn out. Take it back.
It's like a pawn shop for organs. You go in there and you're like, look, I've got a bung kidney, man. Just put it on the shelf for me for 3 months. I'll pay you back. I'm coming back for it.
Come on, I'm the original owner.
So Sandy, I don't know what you mean by this. Like maybe I may not be the best representative to do so, but I am. I'm doing it. I'm working on it, and I'm actually working with some folks that are putting some really good bills together right now and trying to save DeFi and take the representation out of the grips of the freaking exchanges out there, because that's what we're worried about. With when we've got an ecosystem like we have going now with Hex and what Hedron, the concept that Hedron is proving around how Hex works and how DeFi can work, we can't allow DeFi to die on the vine. We can't let them take it from us, and we got to go out there and legislate this shit into existence. And I know that that's kind of contrary to a lot of crypto philosophy, you know, getting involved with government or whatever. But I'm sorry, we don't want them regulating it out of existence, and we want them to join us rather than try and fight us.
You have to play the game as well. Like the game is set up in a way so that they control the levers and knobs. And if you want our ecosystem to be safe, you want this thing to be protected, you have to go to where the levers and knobs are and talk to these people and explain to them, like, this is a net positive thing. This is a good thing. That's the only way. Like, I realized that a long time ago when you were, you know, talking about all of that stuff, Archie, and like, oh, you know, destroy the government, do all that kind of thing, like burn it all down, burn the system down, and do all that. It's like, well, like that's a nice idea. Like I'm down for that shit any day.
But
like,
it's never going to happen because they have aircraft carriers, tanks, marines, and freaking nuclear weapons, guys. Just to let you know, like no matter how bad your AR-15 is that you have in your house, or the 3 AR-15s that you have, a nuclear weapon wins. Sorry, tanks win when they come rolling down your street. You are not going to defend your shit with your AR-15, and no matter how bad you get your best, how good you get your wife to shoot, your kids to shoot, you ain't stopping the Marines coming and the nukes that they got and the aircraft carrier parked outside on the freaking beach. So, sorry.
Why fight the tank if you can ride the tank?
Exactly. Ride the tank. Oh, that was cringe. I cannot watch myself. That was, I know a lot of people gave me a lot of good compliments about the tank thing, but even when I went and watched the movie just recently, the hardest thing for me in the world is to watch myself like on video. I don't watch any of my streams. I can't watch them. I don't watch the movie was hard for me to sit through because of my role in it, but it was really good. It was really good. They did pull good stuff out of the movie that I said, so it wasn't as cringe as I thought it was going to be, but it was really hard to watch. But man, it was good. London was a little cringe too, Captain. I don't know what you mean by that, Dorsey. I don't know what you mean.
We're all a little cringe. I can't go back and watch any of this shit. Like if you told me after we get off the FN Hangout later, go back and watch the 3 hours that you just spent doing that, I'll be like, fuck, man, nah, not gonna have a bar of that.
Yeah, it's usually late on Friday night, and there's not much happening, and it's better than watching TV or drinking.
Oh, okay, yeah,
that was worthless. This is good. You're learning. We're helping each other. We're helping people.
Yeah, Dorsey, that was horrible. Not so I get up there all fired up. I'm like all amped up on freaking Hexican energy, right? And nobody can hear me because the way they had the sound set up, it was like the freaking speakers were pointing at the speaker who was speaking, and all of the people were partying outside there
at the bar.
And while we're talking on stage,
that room was way too hot to have that scene in. They should have been lining the walls with like mattresses and stuff to try to absorb the sound, and then put the PA system, and then have like the PA system distributed across the floor. That way the people wouldn't have any choice but to listen when you talk. That's the way you want your PA to be.
Yeah, and I'm not one that takes too kindly to people not listening.
Were not on.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. Half the shit wasn't.
I just know that we were here in the States like, oh my God.
Everybody at the bar, shut up.
That's what the fuck are you guys doing? You guys are weak ass.
The people on one side of the room that didn't see the stage, they didn't know what was happening on the stage. They couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, and I couldn't hear anything going on because there was so much noise going on out there. There was like
live. It was
they hired all these dancing girls, so all the guys were focused around that. Like there's all these beautiful women dancing, and they're all like huddled around these girls, and there was noise going on. Everybody was happy, and I was trying to talk on stage, and I was like, "This is freaking ridiculous." I had guns in my hand. I'm yelling at everybody. It was
shut up at the bar.
I'm in London with guns. After we're done,
I had one more time. Just be quiet at the bar.
I had to take these guns to the after party and turn them into the coat check. So I got these freaking, I got my pistolas with me.
The Americans with the guns.
And they're like, what is this? And I'm like, oh, they're fake, man. They're just movie props. Put them in there.
All those technical details would be taken care of in the next anniversary meetup. Hopefully, it's like 3 months away, so excited for that as well.
Yeah, the launch is going to be cool, and hopefully we have a cool premiere too to the movie. We have a big party somewhere for that. I don't know where it's going to be. Now that Richard has shown that he will travel, gosh dang it, I got the heat turned up too high. I'm going to have to put a fan on this thing. Now that Richard's proved that he can and maybe will come to the U.S. every once in a while, maybe we'll get, this is going to be great now. Then maybe we'll get Richard to come here. Let me throw it. Sorry. Thanks, Bit Finesse.
He might pop in at one of those the mansion party. He's all.
I think he's already back. I think he left and went back.
Oh, did he? He's already gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is cool. Now we're gonna have an actual intelligent conversation here on
fuck me,
the
right?
FN Hangout.
Yeah, what's that supposed to mean?
Duraj, Bob, quiet. I'm gonna be quiet too. And we'll let this gentleman bring some alpha into the room. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, the Hedron legend, Crypto Sloth. What's up, dude?
Yo! What's up, guys? How's it going?
Thanks for all the good information.
Hey.
Great.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm glad you all... I've been very appreciative and humbled by the positive response in the community. So I really appreciate it. Sorry, I kind of had to rug you back there earlier, RG. But
that's all right, bro.
I'm glad you guys are still going. At least catch the back half.
No, I know you're big time now. Show up when you can. And maybe you will grace us with your presence every once in a while.
Oh, this is the Friday night hangout. I thought this was casual, man. What's going on?
Of course it is, but no, you
gotta have your balls busted when you walk through the door, bro.
You've really impressed me with your streams lately, man. You knocked it out of the park. You really drilled down into this Hedron project and what it's done. You've helped a lot of people to understand it. So we appreciate you, man. And I check me if I'm wrong, but I earlier in the show I said Hex was the ultimate crypto built, and the T-share was something incredible, and Hedron is the first iteration of a crypto utilizing the T-share to create a little power cell to create value for another crypto by wrapping it and moving it and pegging it and all all of these things and making a true DeFi product, and it's like that first conceptual proof that this can work. I mean, is that true? Is that what you think?
Yeah, I think this Hedron and definitely Maxi, because they both kind of come out around the same time. are like the first iteration of like, you know, true DeFi for one, but also building on top of like the Hex ethos of like admin keyless immutable smart contract that just exists on the blockchain. And so being able to kind of unpack both of these, but for me personally, I've been really focused on the Hedron Icosa system, has been really rewarding because like kind of like you said, like this is like the first iteration of what I think is going to be much more stuff to come afterwards, because that's each thing that does the right thing in crypto, the correct thing, the thing that crypto was built to do, and they succeed. People are going to learn that that's the actual model on how you build, on how you innovate. And so it's just going to be, it says like Hedron and Icosa is a positive feedback loop on Hex. The success of Hedron, Icosa, Maxi, and everything that is DeFi is a positive feedback loop for future innovation as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to say pegging, guys. I meant to say bonding. Bonding.
He meant what he meant.
Mixes up his words every once in a while. I meant bonding. I did not. So you can stop it. Bitfinesse, I will not put you in timeout. You will not get a timeout just because you are who you are, and you're always out there in your truck. So I will not give you timeout. But stop it. Stop it.
This was a thought that I was having earlier today, but like, when have we ever seen this in crypto where you're like, you have a product, and yes, it is a fucking product. It's a finished triple audited product in Hex. But as RG said, we're just building layers around this thing. We're building layers and layers and layers of more game theory, more positive, like, you know, looping positive feedback into these other things that are being built around Hex. Like, go back 13 years and find me one other instance where this is being done in crypto. It doesn't exist.
Well,
it's not there.
This is the first conceptualization of this and true DeFi. I mean, I don't think that this was, I think that this has been stumbled upon. I don't think that this was planned. I don't think that having the T-share and an NFT to match those two together to create what is happening here was planned. It's like this was, you know, like divine intervention here.
I see.
And it is the true use. I mean, guys, look at what's happening. If you're on your testnet, if you're in Hedron and you're staked and you have your Icosa stakes and all that stuff, look at what's happening. This is perpetual income earning that's going on right here because of the T-share. It's not just Hex stakes anymore. Now a concept has been proven that we can make this shit do some really cool shit now.
Right.
And this is just the first example of it. That means it's going to get better.
Yeah.
And there are some galaxy brains
excited.
working on this shit right now.
Yeah.
Crypto Kool-Aid and Alex and guys like Sloth, these guys are freaking game theory in this shit. And I'm sorry, but some of these guys are as good as Richard, if not better than Richard at game theory. I mean, these guys are figuring this shit out and going, oh, look at what we can do here. Look at what we can
keep
do
going.
here.
This is great.
And the more and more and more that they dive into this stuff and unpeel this onion and dig into what they've got here, it's like the first invention of the wheel. Now we can start building on it until we're going to end up with a freaking Ferrari. We're going to, right now, we just have a fucking rock wheel. That was the T-share.
But we're making good use of all the downtime. This is good.
Now Alex has made a cart with two rock wheels on it.
Dude, that's such a great analogy.
And that's what we're looking at right now. This is going to get really freaking interesting. Really interesting.
Think about this
it's
as well.
Like inevitable coincidence.
Yeah, that's a good description.
And that's what's beautiful, because we know it's not a scam because we watched it. This is organic. This happened organically. And it was just brilliant mind after brilliant mind making something happen. This is what crypto was supposed to do. Not that bullshit that we saw with shitcoins on Ethereum. Maxis are right. Ethereum is full of shitcoins, but they were wrong about Hex. And Maxis were wrong about Bitcoin. It proved a concept a long time ago. It is not the wheel. It was fire. That's all it was.
Correct.
Now we have a wheel and a way to innovate and a way to make man go do better things. Fire will always be there. It will always be there. But we're gonna change the world with what the T-Share has done. It's freaking phenomenal, man. It's so exciting to see this project launch.
Facts. I want to I want to.
I get fired up about this.
I know.
Yeah, I love that shit.
This is so good.
I just want to say this to the broader crypto community in general. If any of you are going to watch this at any point in time, like if you think about what we have going on here, and I'm sure a lot of you don't understand what is going on here. We have Hex, we have Hedron, we have Icosa, we have Maximus, we have God knows how many other things being built that support this ecosystem. If you're going to go and make other projects that are going to try and compete against this system, you better have a fucking goddamn army of people behind you building this stuff out like we are. We have a first mover advantage here. I just listed 5 fucking different projects that are building off the back of this. In another 2 or 3 years' time, that might be 20 projects and products that are being built off the back of this thing. Quality ones, good ones.
That's key right there.
Think about what Maximus is doing. Like that's another 5, Decky and all of the different things that they're doing. Like there's another 5. Okay. So you want to align with this thing. You want to work with this thing. You want to work with us because we can make this stronger and better together.
Right.
Literally. Otherwise, you're going to compete with like a behemoth that I don't think that this thing can be stopped by anyone, by anything.
It can't. It has been released on the world. And like what was just said, nobody watches this show. That's why I like it. People don't listen to what we're saying. They don't understand what we're saying here, what the Hex community is saying, because they think we're all, Richard Hart acolytes. And he's so cringe and they hate him so much. And he does so much goofy, clowny shit out there that they don't pay attention and take us serious. And we're actually the ones that are innovating crypto and trying to explain it to people and what's happening here, what actually happened. And
imagine being Hedron one out of 100 people in the world.
What's that?
Imagine being 1 out of 100 people in the world who are in the midst of doing all this.
Yeah, we're
you are
1 out
ground,
of millions.
On the ground.
We're 1 out of millions.
Yeah.
We're such a small infinitesimal amount of the crypto space. And the crypto space is such a small infinitesimal amount of the global population. We are nothing. We are a speck of dust on a gnat's ass when it comes to the scheme of things. But we've just gamed system.
Yes.
We've just gamed the financial system. And crypto is really poised to take over. I mean, they don't even know if they knew what we had, they'd regulate us out of existence, right?
Oh my god, damn! We are so lucky that all of this has had this stealth. We're still under the radar.
A few years.
Still so under the radar. I think that when things like Highest to Stakes comes out, though, that's going to be a real fucking I wasn't watching this for 2.5 years. God damn, you guys have gone to fucking Mars. And we have we're out
and we don't even touch on this stuff. In the movie, we just touch on Hex and a little bit about Pulse. We just touch on it just a little bit. And if there's a sequel, which there could be, then it's going to be a lot deeper and a lot more informative. I mean, this movie is very informative. It's a very informative movie, and it doesn't puff piece Hex. It really looks at it from both angles, and it's going to really make people take a look at this community, at this crypto, at Richard, at what he's had to say about the space, and it's going to give people a lot of information that they did not have before. It's different than any crypto movie that's out there.
All right.
It's the perfect time for it too. Amongst when everything's down, we've kind of shaved away. We've shaved away a lot of the fluff, the things that were not fundamentally sound, and now only the things that are either new building or the things that existed before that were actually sound are still standing. So it's the perfect time to get attention because there's more attention out there to get.
Correct. Now is the time for the attention to be. I thought about this.
I'm gonna fix this. I'll be right back, guys. I'll let you chat. I'll be right back.
That's why Richard's getting all the attention right now.
Yeah.
Like he's going on these top tier things. There's nothing going on.
They're asking about the McAfee story. You've been watching that on Netflix? I watched about half of it today myself.
No, but I have seen it.
Brought it back. It's called Living with the Devil. And it's pretty interesting. His ex-girlfriend is claiming that he's alive. And it's about an hour and 45 minutes documentary.
Yeah, like in South America or something?
Yeah, he's running from Belize across the border to Guatemala. And he's there right now trying to get his passport stamped. And he has 2 press guys with him, and they're running around. And it's really interesting. So I'm trying to see where it goes. I'm only halfway through. But
what's the name of it again? I got to write that down.
It's called Running with the Devil or Living with the Devil, I think.
Living with the Devil.
Yeah, you just type in McAfee and it will pop up on Netflix.
I know that there was a documentary that got made on him a couple of years ago. Some of the stories that they were trying to.
This is brand new. This is really, it's done pretty good so far. So,
it's been really nice to see Richard on all these other podcasts, like fairly high profile podcasts, but it's really been cool to see him kind of back in his old element, where like the days where he just kind of sat at his computer and just kind of just spit facts, like just kind of gave education to people. It's like I think we're seeing a slow return to the quality of Richard that really is what made him popular and that what made people gravitate towards him. This was just good information. Like when you sat and listened to Richard for a couple hours, you learned something. And when you sit and listen to him on these podcasts, especially for people who haven't been in the Hex community or like following him for a long time, like you learn something. And I think that getting back to that is going to really help with the pipeline to onboarding through Richard. Yeah. Also, what's up, Bob? Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you.
Hey, what's up? I was
a couple months, man.
I was defending your honor in a Twitter space last night. People were like,
really?
"Oh, who's this crypto sloth guy? Like, all of a sudden, like he's here, he's charging Hexicans." And I was like, "Guys, listen. He says all over the place, if you want the information for free, you can work for it. If you don't work for it, then pay the man." So, like, what's the problem here?
I appreciate that. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There's that weird dynamic.
Speaking of the podcast, I'd say that's a lot of good work from Dollar Cost. He doesn't get enough of a.
Yes.
Shout out to DC.
He's been putting in a lot of hard work. I've had a couple conversations with him, like in the background. And he is doing the Lord's work here, getting Richard in front of people, networking with him, almost acting like a pseudo publisher. So like shout out to Dollar Cost. He's making a lot of the stuff in the background happen. Hex Jesus, baby. Shoo.
Yeah.
Hex Jesus. Shout out to Gary too.
Yes, Gary.
I'd be interested in seeing the stats if any other Hexican has onboarded more other Hexicans.
It's probably DCC. I mean, like thousands. Like each of the courses that he does has upwards of almost 1,000 people, a couple hundred, and then pretty much I'm pretty much a product of their course. I took about 3 or 4 of them, and every course,
I took it this time around as well. I'm in it now.
I heard this was a really good one. Personally, I heard this. I wasn't in it this time, but I heard it was
lots of new guys, a lot of people that seem like they're getting really good entries and stuff. So
but he has an entire webinar where he just breaks down Hex.
9,000 people at least.
Yep, exactly. And so that's
this
been
time
a really
around,
good
I think it's 700, mid 700s for this class.
Yeah, I mean total accumulated over the
whole
over all the courses.
The history. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's if we have 100,000 stakers, that motherfucker's put 10%. 10%.
You want to talk about a Pareto curve there?
Yeah.
Oh man, he's like at the tippy top of the hockey stick.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I think you one of the original Discourse Syndicate members too, man. He's been around since the beginning.
Yeah, he is the original. Not one of them. He is the original.
If I remember right, he convinced RG3 to start.
I don't remember the exact order, but yeah. Thank you, Crypto Class. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you. You said, yeah. Thank you.
RG3 must be
appreciate that. in the background.
Working in mysterious ways from his. Oh, is that you, Das?
Yeah.
Yeah, Das.
I have the keys to the castle.
You have the con.
He's got the power.
King of Kessel, King of Kessel, King of Kessel. But all these boys, freaking, this is the time. Bear market, get people in, man. This is in some ways, this is just a reset back down to, if you missed the run from like a cent to 50, 60 cents, god damn, this was a reset for you. Get your fucking bags, get them stacked. Get ready, man.
Oh yeah, I mean my first buys were around like 3 cents. I mean my average probably ended up being like 18 to 20 because I bought all the way up. But like I never thought I'd see my original buys again, and like we're now right in the ballpark where it's basically the same thing. I'm like, nice, basically a time machine. Feels good.
Yeah, and this time around as well, like when we were at 1 cent, like we weren't thinking about Pulse Chain or doing anything like that. Like 1 cent was still year one. You know, like it was still in year one.
Yeah,
that we got to 1 cent.
It was still mind blowing, but it was,
mind blowing. But now with Pulse Chain, like everything that you're DCAing in now is like it's a 2 for 1, and it's not a 2 for 1. It's like a 4 for 1, or it's like a 6 for 1 now because you're getting Hedron, and then you're getting Icosa, and then you've got your NFTs. Like,
this is just the beginning.
The biggest fucking opportunity in all of our lifetimes.
All the people didn't even plan by owning a T-share. You didn't even plan on all the airdrops and the duplications and whatever comes in the future in the next 15 years. What you're gonna get for your stakes? People, like this is just the first slope of the curve, and the moment that you reach the middle. And eventually, at some point, the end of the S-curve. Let's hope we don't gonna reach it for a while, though. I want to be in that hockey stick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at how many people are trying to get the favors of Bitcoin. Like how many airdrops, how many duplications of Bitcoin there were. You're gonna have all those over the next 15 years. At some point, people will go like, "Oh, I better drop the Hexicon community. I better drop that thing because they are so massive and they have so much pull and they have so much money that even if 1%, even if 0.1% of those people like my new shiny thing that I'm creating, I will be well off."
Yep.
And so therefore they will cater to our community.
Absolutely. I have this weird feeling, and it's just a feeling. I have this weird feeling that we're going to end up owning everything in crypto.
Or at least have the option to own it if we want it.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Yeah, right.
I mean, wouldn't it be ironic if Hexicans ended up saving whatever Bitcoin is?
Well,
that's what's happening.
Yeah,
that is what's happening.
That's some poetic like. That shouldn't be real.
Sorry.
I feel like it's gonna end up happening.
Hexneck, owning everything in crypto. We also thought that 1 cent is gonna be a lot. Why stop at owning everything in crypto? Then this could be the end game.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You know, it goes crypto, your own country, your own planet. This is where we're going. 1,000 years later.
This is just the first planet.
Well, like so think about how like the whole community like looks at like Godwell, like that wallet, and like how big of an influence that single wallet has on the Hex ecosystem historically. And like we're so impressed with it because we linked that wallet specifically to Genesis ETH from like when it was first minted. Well, there will be Hexicon wallets who in other communities later on that are smaller and growing will essentially be like a Godwell to them because they have all of this Hex, and then they're injecting it into this whatever, like they're individual people. They're not like these crazy like entities. They're just people who are interested in things. And then when they speculate on the future things that come in yields, those communities will see, they'll be like, it's the Hexicon Godwell versus like the ETH Genesis well. And there'll be so many of those. We will be that for future communities to come because we will be the people who own the yield in the crypto space.
Correct.
If you're able to hold on, because he held on and didn't move his coins for like 5, 6, how many years has it been? 2014 till now, right?
8.
Yeah, 8 years. So he was just sitting on them for 8 years and let the market do its thing.
If you guys have a
Takes a special person
mentality, if you have a long-term mentality, you will win in this space. You will win. Now, not just having a long-term mentality, but also product market fit and knowing all of your shit. But like, this is just a game of patience, just extreme patience. Do you have the patience to hold out? Can you survive this thing? Can you get through this thing? And if you can, at the end, you win. And like a lot of us have already won.
Yeah.
The biggest enemy is yourself.
Yeah, that's facts, man.
And here's what's funny is that it's just because we picked the right one too. Because I've made lots of mistakes and I fucking won. I'm sorry, I won. And there is, I've made lots of mistakes.
Absolutely.
Had I done everything perfectly,
that's how you learn.
Holy smacks, where I'd be, because it's already generational wealth that's been created, and there is mistakes made. So just by being in the right one, which everybody here is in the right one, you're in early. It's just getting kicked off. It's just starting. New all-time highs aren't here yet. We're in it. We're in a bear market, guys. This is accumulate time. That's for sure.
Yep. Absolutely. What are we? I guess the analogy for Hex is basically like $80 Ethereum, more or less, probably even more upside than what $80 Ethereum had. But like, you know, that's what ETH was after its first cycle, right? Or was it launched around 2013, 2014, went through the entire 2017 cycle, bottom at like $80. And so like Hex has gone through its first full cycle. And now it's at its 90% dip. So it's like, you know, the equivalent of buying not $80 ETH if you want to like have some kind of reference point for where we're at right now.
Yeah. 1,000 days. Look at ETH where it was 1,000 days.
Yep.
I was going to tweet this out the other day, actually, but this is our first bear market. Yeah, we launched right at the bottom of the last bear market. You know, we had a couple of months in bearish territory. That shit doesn't count because you have to you have to be battle tested. And this is the battle right now. And you're being fucking tested. Everyone is being tested to see whether you have it or not. But I think for me, I thought that we were going to go down to like a cent. And then we were just going to sit at like a cent for the entire of the bear market.
You are 1 center. Own it. You are the 1 center.
I am the 1 center.
Dude,
1 cent. We're a fucking 4x above 1 cent right now.
I know.
We're a 4x above 1 cent. Like, this is the easiest shit ever. The last cycle, holding through that shit, when I didn't have yield, I didn't have something that was like, I'm excited about this. I want to put my name out to this thing. I want to represent this thing. Like, this is a blessing. You get to spend this bear market learning about Hedron and Icosa and making yield and getting your Hex. Like, you're winning in such a fucking insanely big way right now. And it might not feel like it. It might feel like some of you guys have smaller bags or you're sitting on, you know, what you might feel is not enough. We all feel like that. I feel like I don't have enough. And I have plenty. I have giant bags. But
you never have enough. They ask me, how much do I want? Just a little more.
Just always a little more. Always a little more.
But this always comes up, like, you can't make money anymore on Hex. Like, if you thought that at
oh my god
at $2 in Bitcoin, when you thought that at $80 in Ethereum, like, no, it's not true.
Not true at all.
I remember this is a little interesting thing. I remember watching Altcoin Daily during the last bear market, and that was still when I was like
daily.
Watching these guys and looking
nobody
at
else
these
putting
things.
out hardly, right? It was so slow, right.
But they were so smart back then, right? They were so smart.
Smart. I remember them saying this, one of the streams that they were on. Ethereum was $90 at the time, right? Okay, $90. Right. $90.
I remember, yeah.
So we got down, like 80 was the bottom for Ethereum during the last cycle. But at $90, I remember them watching a video of theirs. And they were like, look, I don't know where this thing's going to go. I don't know if this is going to dip or it's going to go up. But we're not going to get back into Ethereum until it's $1,000. And I was like, the fuck are you talking about? That's a goddamn 10x there that you're not buying on this thing.
But
and it was just like,
Yeah.
I went and bought it. I went and did it. I went and got fucking $90 Ethereum. I was buying Ethereum between $90 and $120. It was like, you guys are just, you're idiots. Like,
That's
this is the
previous
stupidest thing I've
ATH.
ever heard. You buy
That's
at the bottom.
That's the
like,
previous ATH that they were waiting for.
Yes.
I don't want to buy until the opportunity is gone. That's when I buy.
Yeah. Yes. And most of these guys think like this. Like, the amount of stupidity that I see out there, those people that go, oh, you know, you're not going to make any more money off Hex. Well, if you just stake for the average length, you're going to make 30-ish%. You're going to make 40-ish%. How can you ever not make money in this thing?
Yeah, and I still hear, I see people saying like, oh, well, you know, you can quote unquote make more with LPs and things like that, and it's like, yeah, but you guys aren't thinking far enough into the future when those of us that staked before big payday, when those T shares hit the deflection point where it's impossible to put more T shares into the pool unless the OA decides to release more supply. Unless that happens, you're gonna start having more Hex crammed into a smaller pool of shares.
Yes. Yep. There's so many beautiful things about this system that we still have to look forward to. All of those, like, once we get to 7.5 years, I think we're gonna see some end stake in there, some emergency end stake in there.
Well,
once we get to 10 years,
I think you're not gonna see Hex hardly anymore. I think that Hex is going to be so difficult to get a hold of that you're going to have to be buying products like Hedron and Nicosa and other things just to get a piece of the exposure, just to get a piece of it. Because so much of it is going to get locked up. Because you think Hedron's the first thing that's going to do this, you're sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. What he did wasn't difficult. It can be done now by anybody. And once they start doing this, once like things like the Hex Investment Trust and things start locking away Hex forever, or for 15-year stakes that are going to just get restaked for 15 more years so that that little freaking engine that is Hex can keep doing its thing, there is going to be no Hex. It's going to be gone. And you're going to have copies of it on maybe 3 chains now?
And that's just a start. That's just in the next year.
Minimum.
Let's go 5 years out. How many more chains? Just to go back to my earlier point about we're building a fucking entire ecosystem here. You don't think that someone's going to come along in the next couple of years and go, hey, I'm building a chain. I want my chain to be interoperable with yours. And then you go, oh, there you go. Just clip this little thing on here and build it out. And then fourth copy of your bags, 5th copy of your bags, 6th copy of your bags. It's going to get like, the next 10 years is going to be so, like, I've already had my mind blown. You get your mind blown. Like, I woke up the other day to a tweet from Staker app that was like, hey, Gnosis Safe's getting an airdrop. It's like, motherfucker, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm getting just another free airdrop. It's like, yes, build this thing. Bring it here. Bring it in.
You see Jawa's comment up there too, Dos?
Dude, I think in 15 years' time, we're gonna have another fork of Pulse Chain.
Yeah. Yeah. They're gonna get so they're like gonna be okay, all these OG wallets are not gonna be able to participate in the airdrop because they have 400 copies of their Hex.
So many copies.
Not giving them fuckers any more money.
You forget how much you have.
Something to think about with that with the ETH PAL fork. If you go into the ETH proof of work change and you want to do something rash like emergency unstake your entire ladder to dump everything you can, just be aware that a replay attack could be rebroadcasted on the proof of stake chain and unstake your ladder on the proof of stake chain. Just word of caution.
So a reverse replay of the fork or of
basically they take your valid transactions that you transmitted on the proof of work chain and they just retransmit them over on the proof of stake chain. And it's basically just it's just kind of like a haha, I fucked you over kind of thing. It's like nobody's going to get anything from you, but it just something to consider before you hit the button. Before you think, I'm gonna smash and dash and get what I can. You might get replayed.
Same kind of thing to think about on the Pulse Chain side of things. Like, I know that there's a bunch of people out there that want to do like the ratio trading and the swapping for this and the swapping for that. It's like, maybe just chill for like the first month and see how things play out. Because
day one.
100% in the bag.
I just worry about like big players on the first day or the first week, you know, like swapping the entirety of your bag and then realizing that these things still have value on the other side.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that happen to people.
No.
I'm day
it's a
2 on
cautionary
Hex.
tale. Do what you're going to do. Obviously, implement the strategy that you're going to do, but just be careful. Be careful. These are, you know, like you don't want to fuck everything up.
Hang on
just
to what you
chase
have.
a little more, you know.
Yeah, just hang on to what you have.
Since we have Sloth in here, I want to change the subject just a little bit because I want to hear him talk about some of his alpha brain
just
stuff.
Before you go on, I've got to jump off. I've got to go and see my pops. So
Matt,
I'm going to say,
cool, man.
Thanks,
So
Matt.
pops, thanks for bringing you into the world.
Meeting you.
I will. Oh, look, he's well taken care of. He has bigger bags than I do.
See you, man.
As he should. All right, my brother. Have a good one, man.
Love
Good
you
having
guys.
you with us. Take
Peace.
care, bro. All right, Sloth. So the WASA is coming to an end here. Where do you think that this thing is going to end up, and how happy were you with so far what's happening, and what do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to see some people ape in here at the end, or what's going on? Or are you trying to be quiet, not to bring too much attention right now?
No, I like to take the opposite approach. I like to, you know, I think the pie is big enough for everybody to get in and for all of us to win. I don't think we need to hide any information just to get a bigger piece of the pie. Like, you know, a bigger piece of a smaller pie or a smaller piece of a bigger pie kind of thing, even though it is kind of competitive yield. But I'm really excited for what's been happening with what's NFTs. It's gotten a lot of attention. A lot of money has been thrown into it. And
was it like 16 million right now or 17 million?
Something like that. I haven't checked. It's been getting more and more every day, but over 10 million for sure. And then now that, you know, the entity that owns that address, you know, now has kind of like a little bit of a war chest for the whole system. And if anybody hasn't checked out Silva the Antidote's video on like what potentials, what those funds could potentially be used for if we assume that that entity is benevolent towards the system long term, those potentials are really interesting to look at. But with the What's a pool, I think there's probably going to be a little bit more FOMO at the end. You know, everybody likes to wait to the last minute to do something. Like, you know, it's like, okay, guys, 3 hours to go. Like, you know, get your ticket or, you know, F off. Like, in, you know, just like with Big Payday or like with the fork when it happens for Pulse Chain, like if you don't get in beforehand, once the date takes over, like you missed out. So I think people are really going to be scooping some of those up. And I've been seeing a lot of people use the strategies that we've been talking about. That is like making multiple of these NFTs. And so, you know, that when you make multiple of these NFTs, you're kind of, you know, broadcasting that you're wanting to cash in on the yield at some point, you know, whether it be through a secondary market like OpenSea or X2Y2, or you're burning the NFT for yield. So I think this thing is going to have a marketplace, both on the secondary market for people trying to take profits, selling to those who didn't get in during the initial minting phase. But then also I think people, you know, when the 90-day mark hits and we have the beginning of the 39,000 T shares that are going to be up for the liquidation auction, you know, that's all burnt Hedron, which translate into ICOSA yield, which if it's crazy enough may entice a large percentage of people to start skimming off some of that yield. And so we could start to see people in that pool starting to increase their relative position now that the yield becomes much more real. Yes, we are all the Sloth address. That's the actual name, guys, if you didn't know.
Sorry to butt in. There was one distinct question just about this topic earlier in the chat. We didn't address it. The WhatsApp is ending tomorrow on the 28th at 0 OTC. Is that correct?
One more day, 29th.
I think it's
29th.
Sunday. I think it'll be Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Okay, Sunday Sunday at the end of the day, though, right?
Yeah. So
Turnover
for Eastern
at-
time,
yeah.
it's 8 p.m.
Yeah, it'll be turnover time on Sunday
Sunday.
at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So
DT.
yeah, Hedron was released on that Sunday, on a Sunday, and it's exactly 14 days, so it would be another Sunday.
All right.
Yeah.
So
this
this
in the chat Sunday 8 p.m. EST.
I've got one question for you about the Hedron burn. What percentage does it look like at this point of the Hedron is actually going to be burned on that day?
Good question.
Yep. Let me pull up my calculator. Hold
on.
Yeah. Okay. So right now the calculation that I've done is with 39,000 T shares, and that's everything that's in there. So this will be over like a multi-day period because they didn't all come out on one day. But the Hedron advanceable from all of that, assuming they're 5555s, which if you look at them, most of them are, that's about 216 billion minimum. So 216 billion Hedron minimum is going to be burned because that's how much it takes to at least get these stakes to start the 24-hour timer. Now, we can use the X's Hedron needs to do until it reaches its ceiling price, which is essentially like if you put $1,000 into a hex stake, you can advance $1,000 worth of Hedron. Like that's the absolute max the Hedron price could go. And so if we use that to set the upper band, that's 3.6 trillion Hedron that could be hit. So we have a spread between 216 billion to 3.6 trillion, anywhere between there. Now, that's a pretty wide spread, but it
is a wide spread.
Looking at the upper band just to see where like the most that we could get. Let's see.
And the supply is figured, right? Because I mean, we know the supply is the amount of stakes that already claimed, right? So the amount of Hedron over the next 15 years is what we're looking at. So there's an actual number, right? So what is that number? How much Hedron is that?
Yeah, so when you sell an HSI to the ICOSA contract, it immediately takes an advance on that HSI. This is what you're asking about, right?
No, I'm asking you about the Hedron supply because the Hedron supply is fixed. The Hedron supply is fixed, right?
Not necessarily. It can inflate forever, but it's limited by the T-share rate. So over time,
but only a certain amount of claims. Oh well, that's right. You can continuously claim. It wasn't just one.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. You can continuously claim. Gotcha.
It's like a mini big payday every 90 days if the cycle continues.
Yeah. So if we just go ahead, Das.
Yeah, because the dolphins, the sharks, and the whales that have like pretty high percentages, they are raking in. If the burnt Hedron is in the trillions, then some people will be raking in billions in rewards from ICOSA, which makes ICOSA in turn very lucrative and interesting to get. So if you want to prepare for that event, right now it would be very easy to buy off the cheap ICOSA from the market, set yourself up in a good position just for that big payday and all the yield.
Yeah, that's kind of like one of the circular feedback loops within the system, because we have a 90-day kind of crystal ball to see what's about to happen. And we can kind of like estimate these numbers once we know how many T-shares are in the liquidation kind of meat grinder. And so because of that, you can kind of predict, soon there's going to be a large output of ICOSA, but it's kind of like emergency end stakes that we just saw. Like they're not exactly like, these are predictable. The emergency end stakes aren't predictable, but you have to be locked in with the stake to get your emergency end stake penalty. Like you can't retroactively get that extra payout. So because we can see large payouts coming down the pipeline, that would theoretically create demand for ICOSA to get it locked up and staked so that they can get a nice percentage of that yield in the future. Now, if they do that and the price goes up too high, well, then people aren't going to be incentivized to buy it on the market anymore, because you can get a better deal by staking Hex 5555 and getting the ICOSA that way. And so if you do it that way, that just feeds more HSIs back into the system for people to want to speculate on to get more ICOSA to get the yield that it'll burn 90 days in the future.
Locking up more hex for longer and longer and longer.
And each of these iterations is a finite event or a definitive event. So whenever you lock hex up for 5555, you can't lock the same hex up. Oh, again, you have to get new hex off the market and do it again. So like each time somebody locks hex up to take advantage of the ICOSA Hedron system, that is a permanent event that has taken place at the foundational hex level that supports this whole thing.
And makes hex scarcer and scarcer.
Scarce.
Yep.
That's what I love. Anything that makes hex scarce,
you're on board.
I am on board. Board. I want to see hex absolutely disappear. I don't want anybody else to have it.
Well, I heard somebody say, well, what if nobody bids on the auction? It's like, motherfucker, I'm taking them all. What are you talking about?
I know somebody who's bid on the auction.
I'm gonna be going up a class. Let's go.
Technically, that will never happen. The first bid to make on these HSIs is always profitable because the first bid is the debt that the HSI advanced upon. And that's calculated by the amount of Hedron that you can eventually mint at the end of the stake. So if you can win an HSI for just that first bid, you essentially got a free hex stake. Because if you just wait the entire stake, you're made whole in Hedron terms. So all the hex and the yield that it accumulates is just free. So that first stake, and then not just that, but like these stakes can be sold again for ICOSA. So if you can get a cheap HSI off the liquidation market, cheaper than it would be to sell it for ICOSA and then sell the ICOSA, there's another arbitrage opportunity there. I'll share that with everybody. Yeah, Frosty's like, oh man, look at all it.
I know, right? I'm just soaking it all up.
Yep. Which, if you do that, what I just described, then guess what? You're just putting more HSIs back on the liquidation market.
Right.
And then you've got the premium price HSIs that are going to be those that have that were sacrificed that have the 10x bonus on them too.
Yep. All right, guys. It is a bit late on my time. I'm glad I was able to catch you at the end of everything.
Glad you came in.
Had a ton of fun.
Man.
Yep.
Right on.
Everybody,
thank you so much, Sloth.
Peace out, Bob. Good to see you again. Dos, nice to meet you. Frosty, nice to meet you. RG3, always a pleasure, my friend.
I think I'm gonna head out too. It's really late. It's almost 1 a.m. here.
It is time for us
Thank you so much, guys.
This beautiful evening. Anyway, we went way over. Usually only do 2 hours, but since we had such a great crowd here tonight, we kept going. Thanks everybody for coming. See you on Monday. We're chatting with the captain.